Welcome to our live session. We're notifying, okay, Tito said they're notifying viewers that we're live. Welcome to the live session today. If you can hear me and you can see me clearly, please do let me know. If you can hear me and you can see me clearly, please do let me know. Let me see. I want to see the camera. I want to see the mirror effect. Okay, I think we're good. If you're joining me, let me know where you're streaming from. Thank you very much. It's another Sunday morning live. Let me know where you are streaming from. I'm trying to address my camera. First of all, if you can hear me, let me know. And then if you are here, let me know where you're streaming from. My Igbaji is sitting pretty beside me. Okay, so let's do, while we're waiting, today we are discussing a very interesting topic. But before we start, Mr. Dave, how is Canada today? I don't need to ask you. Let me answer the question for you. Canada is cold. Is it raining today? Or it's just normal cold? As you're coming in, please, it's cold. Yeah, I know. I'm just wondering if it's raining along with the cold. Where are you streaming from? Hello, let me know where you're joining from, what country. If you're in Nigeria, what state? If you're in Ghana, what region? Where are you streaming from? Normal cold, okay. Ẹ kú òtútù. Á bá yín lára mu o. Kò ní gbòdì lára yín o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. As you join in, let me know where you are streaming from. Welcome to IFA College. I am IYANIFA, the founder of IFA College. Let's keep tapping, let's keep liking, sharing so that we can have more people on this live streaming. Streaming from Nigeria, thank you. Thank you. Who else? Where are all our members? It's 12 o'clock already. It's 12 o'clock already. Àbọ̀rú àbọ̀yè o gbogbo ọmọ awo tó wà lórí láìfì ẹ káàbọ̀ sí Ifá College. IYANIFA ẹwà ní streaming from London. Ẹ ṣé o láti ìlú ọba. Ẹ ṣé, ẹ ṣé, ẹ ṣé. Ẹ ṣé, mo dúpẹ́. Báwo ni o, ẹ kú àtijọ́? Ó tójọ́ mẹ́ta. Gbogbo àtọ̀ yín o. Àwọn aráalé ń kọ́ nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi ní gbogbo bí tẹ́ bá ti ń wò wá. Welcome to another episode of our Sunday morning live streaming. Ẹ ṣé àdúpẹ́ o, keep tapping, keep sharing. Let me share the link with our audience on WhatsApp. Where are you streaming from? Let me know. Let me know where you're streaming from. We are streaming today from one of the offices of IFA College, not our usual location. So I came here to check what is happening. Thank you from London. Ẹ ṣé àdúpẹ́ o, ẹ̀yin la máa máa bá, àwa náà lẹ máa máa rí o. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè wọn ò ní fẹ́ lòmíì ṣe yín. We have an interesting topic today. We're talking today about what is the role of our parents in our spiritual journey. What is the role of our parents in our spiritual journey? Ipò wo tiẹ̀ làwọn òbí wa ní ọ̀rọ̀ ilé ayé wa pé a yan ìpín nílé ayé o. Ire tá máa ṣe nílé ayé, ipò wo làwọn òbí wa ní? What is the part, the role that our parents are supposed to play in this our journey? And this topic came from a discussion, a conversation that I had with somebody during the week. Not somebody, a few people. You know this idea that people always give when they say that, wọ́n jíṣẹ́ fún mi o, pé kí n jìnnà sí bàbá mi, kí n sá fún ìyá mi ló ń ṣe mí, bàbá mi ló ń ṣe mí. People have been given word of knowledge or word of prophecy saying that their parents, either father or mother, is the one that is behind their predicament. So they should run away from their parents. They should cut off from their parents. They shouldn't have anything to do with their parents. I know a lot of us have heard it. A lot of us are experiencing. So today, I'm going to be reading out some chats, some conversation that went on during the week when I was asking my audience on WhatsApp about this topic. But before we start, please let's keep tapping. When we get to 10K likes, we would start. So power tap till we get there. Between now and then, let's have a recap of the last week that went. Thank you for the gift. We have a gift goal. So my gifters, support IFA College as much as you can. We need your support too. Ẹ̀yin ni o, ẹ̀yin lẹ tí ń gbé wa ró. Ẹ̀yin ni aṣọ tí Elédùmarè fi bò wá lára. Ojú ò ní tì yín o. Wọn ò ní yọ aṣọ yìí kúrò lára yín o. Ẹ ní rí ìhòhò lé ayé o. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Physically, spiritually, materially, mentally, morally, you will not walk naked in this life. In Yoruba spirituality, we always pray that we have people. People are like the wrapper that covers you, that Eledumare uses to cover your nakedness. So you people, you are the wrapper that Eledumare has used to cover Ifa Kole till this time. You are the reason we are not walking naked on the streets of blue, black, red app, all the colors of the app. Particularly this black app we're streaming from. And to our audience on YouTube, if you want to support IFA College in any way that you can, kindly reach out, drop, there's going to be a link in the description box, those that are watching the replay on YouTube, to support us. We need you, you need us, and the universe needs all of us. We need each other to make this a success. I might be the pioneer and the visionary of this huge project, but it takes 1,000,001 of us, Isheshe devotees, Ifa devotees, who want to preserve the knowledge of Ifa so that when our children and our children's children are coming up, they have a place they can go to straight up to learn the truth. They are not lost in the midst of watered down and diluted truth about Ifa. They don't have to be gambling here and there. They don't have to listen to the lies that people from the other side have to tell them. They have a place where they can go and get the knowledge, precise knowledge of Ifa. That is why we are doing this. Eshe Goni o Mr. Dave. Eshe Modupe. Ibi tẹ́ ẹ ti ń mú jáde, ajé á máa di padà fún yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ ní rìn ìhòòhò ayé. Lọ́tùn lósì àwọn èèyàn jàǹkànjàǹkàn, àwọn lẹ́ẹ̀kan, àwọn lórúkọ ló máa bò yín láṣìírí. Tí ajé máa fi bò yín láṣìírí, tí Elédùmarè máa fi bò yín láṣìírí. When money is no longer your problem, your health will not be a problem. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Your health will not be a problem. Your children will not be a problem. Wọn ò ní fowó, wọn ò ní fi ọmọ, wọn ò ní fi dà kankan nu wa láàmú. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Let's keep tapping, let's keep sharing. You are welcome to IFA College. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, I am IYANIFA, Iyalode, Yeyelua, Iyabiye. Different titles from different places, but just call me IYANIFA. And this is IFA College. Let me know where you're streaming from. As you're joining, I want to know where you're streaming from. Now, I have a good news for those of you that are in Egypt and in Libya. Precisely in Egypt. I am coming to work with some of my VIP clients in Egypt. I would announce the date, but it's sometimes next month. I haven't decided when. So if you are in Egypt and you are a lover and a follower of IFA College, and you want to, from Kenya and Edo State, Nigeria, thank you so much. So if you're in Egypt and you're a lover of IYANIFA, IFA College, Isheshe, and everything that has to do with it, you can reach out to me via the DM so that I would be able to give you details of how you can see me, where I'll be available, whatever spiritual thing that you need. If you need any product to be brought along, just let me know so that I'll bring them along when I'm coming. I would make out time for teaching, for consultation, for anything that I'm able to do. So if you're in Egypt or you have friends and family that is in Egypt and you feel like, IYANIFA has a place or has a part to play in their life, do let me know. Yes, this is how I've been living my life since I got this call for IFA, going from one place to another, spreading the truth about IFA, bringing the knowledge and the practice of our ancestors to your doorstep so that you don't have an excuse. Because I know there are a lot of you in the diaspora who, by virtue of the fact that you haven't done your your residency papers are not complete, because of that you cannot leave and come to Nigeria. And so, or some of you, time and work does not permit you. From time to time, I get to move from one place to another. Over the last 2 years, I have moved from Ghana to the UAE, to the US, to Benin Republic, to Togo. I have reached out in a lot of countries just to make sure that you don't have an excuse. You have to get it. So if you are in Egypt, save the date, next month. I'm going to be there with my crew. Last year, Idumari. So today our topic is, we're talking about the role of our parents in our spiritual journey. Once we get to 10K likes and above, we will start the class. Now, I said I was having some conversations with people in my DM, my WhatsApp DM, on, was that 2 or 3 days ago? So I will be reading some of the conversations so that you can have an idea. Let me see. There are some of you. Yes, okay. The first question I'll be asking is this idea of um, people giving you spiritual, what will I say it now? Spiritual information. Wọ́n jíṣẹ́ fún yín, wọ́n ríran fún yín pé you have to move away from your father and your mother so that you can succeed. People have been saying it from time to time. If you had a personal experience with that, please, let's make this as interactive as it can be. Just drop a comment. If you have had a personal experience with somebody told you, either in church, in the mosque, or in African spirituality, or wherever, that your father or your mother is responsible for your predicament. And some of you even say that you have noticed, things that they have done that has affected your life negatively. And people have given you express spiritual instruction saying that your parents are responsible for your predicament. If you have experienced any of that, or maybe somebody close to you, please let me know. Share with me in the comment section. Let me know what your experiences have been. If it's a real thing, let me know. Yeah, we're on 10K likes already. Let's keep it going. Let's keep power tapping. Let's go. As you're joining, let me know where you're streaming from. Today, we want to know, what does IFA have to say about the role of our parents in our journey of life, in our spirituality? Is it even true? Is it a thing that our parents can be responsible for our downfall? Is it a thing? Is it true? Mr. Dave Eshegoni, streaming from Abuja, thank you. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ yẹn fẹ́ sọ pé there is nobody that has experienced it before. Tí gbọ́ rí pọ́n ń jíṣẹ́ fún yàn pé jìnnà sílé bàbá ẹ̀, jìnnà sílé ìyá ẹ̀ ló ń ṣe ẹ́, dádì ẹ̀ ló ń ṣe ẹ́, mọ́mí ẹ̀ ló ń ṣe ẹ́. Let me know if you have heard it before. I need to know so that I'm not speaking on something that nobody knows about. I'm waiting on. I want to know. Have you ever experienced it, or have you ever heard it before, where people say that whatever it is you are going through, your downward spiral, the backward movements in your life, they tell you that your parents are the one that are responsible? Let me know. Let me know. Streaming from Toronto, thank you. Mr. Dave, you have heard it before. Okay. I need more and more people to respond so that we know if what we are talking about is a thing. Let me see. I've not experienced it before, but I've heard of it being delivered to a friend. Now, yes, thank you very much. That person, I really can't read the name clearly from here. Omola. That's your friend that the message was delivered to. Was it from, was the source from a practitioner of African spirituality or from foreign religion? Let me just know. Like, was it from the church or from the mosque or from somebody that practices Ifa that they said that to? Someone says, I have heard it from uncles. So I just want to know, is it usually from people that practice African spirituality? Are they the ones that give such instructions and prophecy? Or is it from, okay, you said it's from a pastor, any other person that has heard? I need us to establish that such messages are true, but let's establish where it comes from. Yours was from the church. Okay, some other person from the church. Let me see if there's anybody else from parents, mostly as as is connected with pastors. Thank you very much. Positive greetings from the universe. Keep tapping, keep liking, keep sharing. Okay. All right, so we have heard that. Let me go to the conversation that happened during the week. So somebody said, let me go and look for the conversation. So I was having a conversation with people in my on my contact list. If you are catching a replay on YouTube or any other platform, this is Ifa Collect TikTok page, and this live streaming takes place every Sunday on our TikTok channel. So you want to come to TikTok, follow us on TikTok so that you can be a part of the so that you can be a part of this live streaming every Sunday. Set your calendar. All right. So the question that I put on my status, greetings, please let me know where you're streaming from. The question that I put on my status that day was, have you ever heard people say run away from your father or your mother, your father's house or your mother's house? Or have you ever heard them say your father and your mother is responsible for your predicament? Now, somebody responded. He said, yes, ma. They also told me to leave my mom because the problem I'm facing now is from my mom. And I said, who are the they that told you? Was it the church or Ifa? He said the church. Then he also says, then he responded to say, but Ifa always told me to take good care of my mom, irrespective of the situation. So you see what the church told the person and what Ifa told the person. Thank you very much from Ikorodu. Then I said, exactly, you see, Ifa won't tell you that. And then, we went on and on to have that conversation. Now, that was from one person that they gave that message to. Let me see. I think I have a message from somebody else again. Somebody said, I have been told by an Ifa priest to stay away from my mom. So I asked the person, I said, which Odrifa did it come from? Because if an Ifa priest is speaking to you, when he speaks in the capacity of an Ifa priest, when he speaks in the capacity of a Babalawo, is Odrifa that is speaking. He's not speaking of himself. So I need to know the Odrifa that backed up that statement that said that the person should run away from the mother. When I asked what the Odrifa is, he said he didn't tell me. Now listen to my response. I said there's a difference between an Ifa priest telling you something out of his feelings, out of his intuition, and Ifa said it through an Odrifa. They are two different things. Then when the person responded that he didn't tell, the Ifa priest did not tell him, and I said, well, I don't understand. An Ifa priest gives you a message from Ifa, and they didn't tell you what the Odrifa is, and you did not ask. You see the problem with a lot of us. See, let's even start from here. Let's start from here. One of the reasons that I'm encouraging people to transition from foreign religion to Ifa is this. One of the main reasons is because in Ifa, when a message is passed to you, claimed that is coming from the divine, that message has to be backed up, and that message can be verified. Do you understand me? That is one of the major things that you have, major advantages that you have as you transition from foreign religion to Ifa. Yes, God says, and God says, and God says, and God says. How do you confirm that God said? How do you confirm that that thing that is being said is God? From the divine, from the universe, from the source, from whatever nomenclature you want to call it. If I gives you that thing, there is no ambiguity. You are not unsure. One spiritual leader can tell you something. One pastor can tell you something. One AFA can tell you something. You go to another place, another pastor will tell you something else. You don't know who to believe. But when you come to IFA, it can be backed up. Whatever an IFA priest tells you, you have the right to tell them, Ejo inu odufa wo lo ti jade. Let me have the Odrifa that said this thing, that backed up what you said. Let me go and read it myself. These are the things that you have. These are the things that exist in Ifa. These are the things you're supposed to take advantage of. But yet, a lot of you, you don't even know. You are used to somebody just saying, I'm a spiritual leader, and the person just speaks. And you just take it like that. Ah, that man that told me he's holy, he's powerful. Get off that messed up train. You are not a child anymore. You are an adult. You want to live your life. You want to cut off from your biological father and mother. And the only thing you want to hang on to is an idea that somebody gave you that you cannot back up. No, now. So first of all, let this thing shift in your head. Somebody is telling you something about your life. Please, can I have a backup? How do I confirm this thing? Whoever it is that is speaking to you, the being that is speaking to you, doesn't look at me any less. You should be able to allow me to confirm what you have said to me. So that is the first thing. So as you have transitioned into IFA, or some of you are still thinking, this IFA thing they are talking about, should I join them? Should I not join them? One of the things that you should have behind your mind is, as you come here, every time an information is given to you through an IFA priest or priestess, Babalawo ni o, IYANIFA ni o, Babalorìṣà ni o, tell them to give you the Odrifa. I'm not here to listen to a Babalawo. He's not a counselor. He's not a therapist. If you want counseling, somebody should talk to you based on experience. Go and pay a counselor. They are IFA priest, IFA priest, IFA priest, IFA priestesses, Orisha priest, Orisha priestesses. You are there to seek them because they are attached to IFA and the Orishas. So anything they are speaking to you has to come from IFA. You are there because you trust IFA in that person. But if the person happens to be your friend or your uncle, your family member, and you are taking advice from them just because they are your uncle, don't come and say an IFA priest told you. Tell me, my uncle said, because at that time, he's in the capacity of your uncle, your auntie, your whatever it is. But if the person is giving you an instruction for your life as an IFA priest, that thing has to come from IFA. Always ask for the Odu every time. I was still speaking to a client yesterday. He wanted to do a spiritual work. We were trying to, I wanted to find out if this particular spiritual work, if it is something that is befitting of his head and his spirit guide. And then we made a consultation. And Ifa says that everything that this person needs is inside the Odu Ifa. Toti Shefa, Toti Tefa. And then I asked the person, have you done Ishefa or Itefa? He said, yes. What is the Odu that was given to you? My Babalawo did not tell me. Excuse me, when you went to pay for Ishefa, what did you pay for? You do consultation. One bá yín dáfá, ẹ̀san 200, 300, 500, 1 million, one dáfá. Odu Ifa wo ló fi dá yín lóhùn? You don't know. You see that you are the one that is making it easy for people to scam you. You are the one that is making it easy. So please, that is not the topic of today. If you do not hear anything, hear this. When Ifa is speaking to you, Ifa speaks to you through Odu. Then they can now be explaining the Odu. They will give you the Odu. Then you will go and read more about it and learn it. It is an answer that was given to you. Let me read what is here in the comments. I was told to leave my village and my father's house. I am told my Ifa and some people and my Odu Ifa. I'm told by Ifa. You are told by Ifa that you should leave your father's house. and you should leave your village and your father's house. Yes, if I can tell you to leave your village, just like if I can tell you to leave any location you are, because that location, according to your Odu, that is not where you are going to succeed. Location yẹn kọ́ ló máa gbé ẹ́. So if I can tell you to leave that location, it doesn't matter whether it's your village or your father's village or America or China. If I can tell you to change location based off on this stage of your life, your success and your blessing is not in that location. If I can tell you to do that, but if I will not tell you to cut off from your father and your mother, and then to treat them like an outcast. You don't check on them. You are not supposed to see them. We will get into that. I would break it down. What is Odrifa? Somebody asked, what is Odrifa? Let me start by telling you what is Ifa. Ifa is an embodiment of universal knowledge. You understand? Written. It has been written for us. You understand? It's like a book. Let's take, for instance, for lack of better explanation in English, take, for instance, that Ifa is an encyclopedia that has different chapters and verses. The chapters are likened to the Odu. Then there are verses under the chapter that are called essay. So for those of you that are coming from foreign religions, is likened to your holy book that has the book and has the chapters and the verses. So when Olodumare, the divine, wants to speak to us, he has given us that pre-recorded information called Ifa. At every point he wants to speak to us about any situation, he responds to us through an Odrifa, through a chapter and a verse. That chapter and verse explains to you, answers the question that you are seeking, gives you direction per time. That is what Odrifa is. Please keep tapping, keep liking, keep sharing. Let me see the next question here. The beauty of Ifa is that Ifa priest can't say, on you don't trust me, the Spirit of God is in me. Exactly. So that is one of the beauties of Ifa. It doesn't have anything to do with the messenger that is delivering the message. It has everything to do with the message. You don't have to trust the Ifa priest. You don't have to trust me. I'm a human being. Why do you want to trust me? Why do you want to gamble with your life on me? What do you know about me? Aside from the fact that you see me on this stage, I speak English well, I teach well, and I have a pretty face. Yes, thank you. Aside from that, what do you know about me? Nothing. So I'm not asking you to trust me. I'm asking you to trust Ifa. Do you trust Ifa? If you trust Ifa, and then the responses I gave to you is out of the Odrifa, take the Odrifa and go and find out about it. Go and meet people that are schooled in Odrifa. Pick up the books of Odrifa, read it. You will see that it answers the question you are asking me. Do you understand? Let's skip from there. Let me see any other question. Okay, you are told to leave your father's house. The fact that question can be asked and answers can be provided makes a difference. Yes, the fact that questions can be asked in Ifa, answers can be provided, and it can be backed up. They do not just provide you random answers based on somebody's experience. They give you answers that can be backed up, answers that have stood the test of time for centuries. As you are joining, please let me know where you are streaming from. You are very correct. Thank you for this knowledge. But since I did my Itefa, I've never heard such. Okay. Mr. Kelvin from Benin City, thank you. From Abeokuta, I was told by a pastor and Afa that I should stay away from my father's people. Kusiwala, we'll get into it. Ifa also told me to take good care of my dad. Yes. Okay, so we have caught up with all the questions. So now let's dive into this teaching. I will be inviting a Babalawo to recite a certain Odrifa to make us understand better what Ifa says, so that you know that what I'm talking about here today is not what I feel. He'll be speaking for like 8 minutes, okay? you would listen. He has already answered this question because anytime I'm doing a teaching, I reach out to my elders, people that have spent their entire life on the journey of Ifa, to teach us as fathers teach their children. So because they cannot be here in person, they recorded their messages and they sent. So I will be playing it directly. I won't interpret it so that you will hear, but we'll get to that. First of all, who are our parents spiritually? Who are they? We have biological parents, and by biology, you know the definition of your parents. Please keep tapping. By biology, you know that your father gave the sperm and your mother gave the egg, and it was fused together to produce you. Now, let me explain something to you. You know that your parents can literally, no, you as a parent, you know that you can literally create the type of child that you want. 70%. You can literally create that child and the journey of that child in life. 70%. Listen to that. Now, let's see how it works. A lot of us have heard about the zodiac signs, the horoscope, the the moon rising, the sun rising, and all of this good stuff. Now, I had mentioned on one of my live streamings that while I was learning about spirituality, I delved into numbers, numerology, and the secrets of numbers. And one of the reasons why I went to that was because I was curious as to why Ifa was given to us in numbers. I cannot see the likes that is popping up on this screen. What's happening? Where who is tapping? I can't see any movement of the tap. Oh, let me pause and see. Am I still live here? Can I still see what's happening? Okay. You people need to be reminded. Now I can see it. Let's keep moving. We have a target of 500k likes on this streaming today. And I know that you can make it happen. I know you want to listen to me, but as you're listening, just keep it. And then I need your comments as you're listening. Let me know if you understand what I'm saying. You are tapping. Jane, Elédùmarè ọba láàánú, á túbọ̀ máa ràn yín lọ́wọ́. Ọwọ́ tẹ́ fi ń tap yẹn ẹ̀ ní fi gbọ́mọ sí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. As you are tapping, those hands will only carry blessings. You will not use those hands to bury your children or get rid of anything that is good in your life. That hands that you are using to tap, it will only bring in blessings. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Thank you very much. So I was saying that the reason why I went to get knowledge in numerology and secret of numbers is because there has to be a reason that Ifa was given to us in numbers, binary numbers. There has to be a significance for 0 and 1, those two numbers. Why doesn't Ifa have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I went to check all of these things and I got a lot of knowledge from there. I delved into astrology. And the truth is this: if you study astrology well and you know it, you will find out that when you go and do your Itefa, the same thing that Itefa says about you, a part of it is what your zodiac, whatever, is going to say about you. If you find out somebody that has the same Odrifa like you do, look at the similarities of your zodiac reading, your horoscope thingy, your astrology thing. You will find out that it is similar. I will come to that one day. The how would I put it? The woven relationship with every form of spirituality that we have. I did not say religion. From Asian spirituality, Western spirituality, African spirituality, we will talk about it one day, how it is interwoven and interrelated. But one of the major reasons why Ifa supersedes everything is because you can confirm Ifa by yourself. You can learn Ifa by yourself. You don't need to be a monk or an Ifa priest before you learn the Odrifa, before you know it, before you can interpret it. That is not the topic for today. I said that to say that as a parent, I can decide that I want to give birth to a certain kind of child that we have certain traits. I want to be able to determine what the life of my child will look like 70%. As a parent, I can do it. It starts by one, calculating conception to delivery. The date and the time that that child is born, the phase of the moon at the time that child is born, the the orishas that own the day that that time is born, the season of Ifa that is applicable at the time that that child is born will determine a lot of what that child will look like. You and I can determine it, can decide it as a parent. There is nothing mysterious about it. If you understand what I'm saying, if you are following what I'm saying, let me know. Somebody says, I'm not enjoying it again. What's happening? What are you not enjoying? Scorpio as well. I don't know what my Udu is. I will reach out to Ewa to tell me. Okay, yeah, you can reach out. Let me see. What's this person saying? You're absolutely correct. All right, thank you for affirming that. So we can do that. Now, as a parent again, I can decide the quality of life that my child is going to have. So before I have that child, I can decide, okay, let me get a US visa, let me get a Canadian visa, let me get visa of a country that you have citizenship by birth. Let me put in trust fund for this child. Let me do health insurance for this child. Let me make sure that the partner that I'm getting married to, I check their medical history. I check the dominant genetics of her family, and I check my own. We sit down and we do all the blood spectrum before I have that child, meaning that I get to determine that my child is not SS. I get to determine that my child does not have certain funny traits. I can determine if my child is going to be tall or short, 70%. I'm not saying 100%. I can determine if my child is going to be on the plus size or not. All of these things, you as a parent can determine it. 70%. Listen to what I'm saying. Follow me step by step. If you have questions, drop your questions. Valerie, thank you for the gift. Ibite Timujade, Ajay will replenish you in a million folds. Ashe. So you get to determine that as a parent. You can determine if your children are going to be multiple. These days, you can. You can determine whether you want one baby or two babies or three babies. You can even determine the gender of your child. Sure, you see that somehow you are beginning to do like God. Somehow you have the capacity to create another human being, and in a certain way, the destiny of that human being. Oh, this teddy looks so cute. Thank you. You can determine all of that. There is nothing mysterious about it. You can determine if your child is going to be um, super smart. You know the kind of person you are going to marry. Look at me now. Everybody, oh, I like you. I've gotten compliments about my set of teeth. I wish I could post the pictures of my father and my mother. Their teeth is finer than my own. So, combination of the two of them, what kind of teeth is it going to produce? It just has to be. You find out these days that short people want to marry tall people because they want to give their children hope of having a little height. You get to determine all of this. The kind of school your children goes to. Some of you, even the course your children is going to study, what they will end up liking, the environment they grew up in, the kind of character and morals that your children is likely to exhibit in life. You as a parent can determine it 70%. Now, that being said, imagine that Olodumare gave a human being the capacity to be able to determine that. And then somebody is trying to tell you that those two parties are not significant in your journey of life, that you can go through life without being connected to those two people, that you can cut off from those two people and then live your life the way you were. Nah. When you come from foreign religions, we were trained, raised, taught to believe that or to act in this way. When things go right, we thank God. When things go wrong, we look for another human being or Satan to blame. That's how it is. And because of that, when things are going right in our lives, we forget to actually thank the parents that we have. That you are not running in and out of the hospital with sickle cell, anemia, asthma, and whatever it is. I Moshewure for everybody that is going through one genetic health challenge or the other. You did not choose that. I pray for you that you will find healing from every appropriate orisha that we have. You will find healing. Oshun will give you her healing. Obatala will give you his healing, because it is painful that you have to live the rest of your life with a condition that you did not choose. Now, for those of you that do not have those conditions, that you don't have to spend money on in the hospital taking a particular injection because of a genetic whatever it is that is called, you don't remember that it's your parents that determine that. It's not God. It's not Olodumare. It's your parents. If your father was SS and your mother was SS, my dear brother and sister, or your father was AS, your mother was AS, one of their children will have been SS. It could have been you. You might not have been able to do this thing you are doing right now. It was because of the choices they made. So we have been raised to, when there is a problem, we point fingers at them. If you had made the same choice that Daddy Ishegun was making, we will not be in this situation. When everybody was going to buy land in Ikoyi in those days, where were you? Where was my own daddy? We have been trained to blame them for the things that go wrong. But how many times are we grateful to them for the basic things of life? You are a guy, you have become super model. When you people just see you walk, they can literally pay you just to wear their clothes. You did not go to modeling school. You just look good. Your father and your mother made it happen. Which is why in Ifa, when we are giving our Iba, tabati ki, tabati sheba Olódùmarè, tati sheba Ajagunmalè Olúwo òde ọ̀run, a máa sheba ìyá àti bàbá ọlọ́kọ̀ tó wà wá wá sáyé. You cannot do anything in Ifa without recognizing them. You cannot do anything in Ifa without recognizing them. Because whatever it is that your life is and will be, 60% and above, those people are responsible for it. Now, can they make mistakes? Yes. Are they human? Yes. Are they perfect? No. Is there any human that is perfect? No. But the homage we ascribe to them in Ifa, somebody should come and open this door. The homage we ascribe to them in Ifa is not based on the condition of whether they are good or they are bad. Listen and listen to that again. The role that your parents play in your life, put something there that is bigger. It doesn't have any condition attached to, are they good parents, are they bad parents, did they make right choice, did they not make right choice. Does that mean that they can just make wrong choices and then we should just celebrate them? No. For every wrong choice that they make, there's consequences for it. The universe will handle that. It's not you to handle. Kotosie, you are not in the capacity to, in any way at all. You are not in the capacity to feel like you can judge them based on what they have. You can do it to another elderly person. But you see those biological two people, whether they were in a part of your life or not. I see so many things going on around where people say there's a difference between a father and a sperm donor. Otiyemi. That father that is standing in for you, who has been there for you, supporting you, wonderful. He's raising a child that he's not his. Those guardians, those uncles and aunties, yes, but they did not determine the source of which you came from. They can only help you in your journey of life. As far as Olodumare is concerned, as far as the universe is concerned, they are not the source with which you are connected to spirituality. They are just helpers, like any other helper in the journey of life that we love and respect and honor and we pray for. So even if you feel your mother was just a womb factory that carried you and birthed you, and because of that there is nothing, let me ask you a question. Some of you have a very poor relationship with your father, with your mother. Now, when you come to IFA for a divination, whose names do they ask for? Please, comment section. Let me know. When you come to IFA for a divination, tẹ́ bá fẹ́ dá Ifá, orúkọ wo ló máa ń béèrè? Whose name does the Babalawo ask for? Whose name? I need comments in the comment section. Your mother's name. Okay. Whose name do they ask for? Your mother's name. Now, does the Babalawo ask you, is your mother alive or dead? Does the Babalawo ask you that? Do they ask you, is your mother good or bad? Do they ask you, did your mother take care of you well or not before we use her name? They don't ask you that. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. The connection you have with spirituality is them, irrespective of whether she gave birth to you today and she passed on that day, irrespective of whether she gave birth to you today and she dumped you that day. It does not matter. That is the connection you have to the universe. That is the connection you have to spirituality. It is not your job to say whether they are good or not. They are good or they are not good. Leave that to them and their ori and the orishas that they are responsible for. Leave that to Olodumare to handle. It is not your business. It's just like you have to pass through a security check before you can enter into a certain place, maybe to your place of work every day. Then you get there and you say, I don't even like this security man. Because of that, that's the only guy that can swipe your card. My dear sister, whether that security man is ugly or not, whether I insulted you yesterday or not, if you want to get your job done, you want to get to the office and get your job done and get paid, you will pass. You need him. He's the channel, he's the channel that you will pass through. He's the canal that you will pass through. He's your gateway. He's your access. Whether you like him or not. When they are now saying, oh, let's rate the people in this office, then you can say, oh, the security guard is not good. I don't like him. But he's still the one. Unfortunately, he's the only one that has the access code to that office. And he's not allowed to share it with anybody. It is what it is. So that is the role that your parents play in your life. Irrespective of whether you like them or not, whether they were responsible or not, irrespective of whether they want to see you or not. Some of them still are alive physically. They do not want to set their eyes on their children for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. That one is their own choice. It does not reflect what the universe wants. It does not reflect what divinity says. It does not reflect what IFA says. That's their own choice. But does that change the fact that they hold that spiritual role and authority in your life that cannot be replaced? It doesn't change it. So to all of you that have sat down to say, I've disowned my father. The day you can disown the head that is on your neck, after you have disowned this your head, you can cut it off and say, I don't want this head again. After that, let's have a conversation about how you can disown your father and your mother. Do you have to have a wonderful relationship with them? You don't have to. This might be life-threatening to you, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, in different ways. Are you supposed to stay in an environment that is threatening to you, that does not support your progress? No. You are responsible to make sure that your progress is moving. So you can move away from their house. Which is why I said I will come back to that. Wọ́n lè dáfá fún ẹ kó sọ fún ẹ pé kó kúrò nílé bàbá ẹ, kó kúrò ní village. They can give you Ifa divination and say, leave your father's house, leave your village. Leave your kindred, your people, your family. Stay away from a while. They can say that for whatever reason. But if I will never say, cut off from your father and your mother, don't honor them. Don't take care of them. Don't set your eyes on them. Make them your sworn enemies because they are responsible for what's happening to you. Can they be responsible for what's happening to us? Yes. We are going to move to that. Let's take it one by one. Let's digest this one that we have said. Let's digest it. Keep tapping, keep liking, keep sharing. Let me see if there are any questions. Somebody there, please. Who is there? Come and turn this thing here. Let me go through your questions. You are really informed. I'm just learning. Wow, keep learning. Keep learning. Thank you. Turn it this way and let it stand. Even if you don't remember her name, they will use Omo Arike Ajike for you. Okay. So no, 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 no. Yes, it's always your mother's name, irrespective of who she is. Ma, you didn't tell me about my Odrifa. And that's not what we're talking about today. Today, we are talking about the role of your parents in your spiritual journey. If you have any questions that is aside from that, send it as a message via WhatsApp. I will type the WhatsApp number here and I will pin it. Please, I'm going to type the WhatsApp number now through another account that I have, and I'm going to pin it. That other account is my herbal, spiritual, and fertility business page, and it is called Ewa Herbs. Follow that page as a backup. Social media platforms are not that reliable, so please follow that page in mass as a backup. I've posted the WhatsApp number on that page. You can see IYANIFA Ewa Herbs. I'm going to pin the comment on that post right now. I've pinned the comment. That's the WhatsApp number. And then that page is IYANIFA Ewa Herbs. Please follow that page as a backup. We are not praying that anything happens, but social media platforms, they are volatile. In case of anything, you already know where else to find us. So yes, let me see if there are any other questions. Valerie, thank you. If there's any other questions. What about orphans if they have a spiritual issue that they don't know their parents? Yes, if you're an orphan and you don't know your parents and you have a spiritual issue, once you tell, some people are not even orphans, they just don't know their mother's name. They grew up hearing everybody calling their mommy auntie, auntie, auntie before they lost their mom or before they were separated from their mothers. You will tell the babalawo or the yanifa that you do not know your mother's biological name. There is always a way around it that connects you. There is a name that we use for central motherhood that will in turn connect to your mother. The universal central mother knows our individual mothers. So it's like you're calling a call center and you need to be connected to another number, another extension. Now, the call center knows every extension. You might not know. So you call the call center and they would link you up with the extension. So the universal, global, spiritual mother, we all know her name. She will now connect to your mother because she knows your mother. Yeah, that answers the question, I guess. What other question? What other question? Please, I'll try and answer the question. In case I skip your question, just answer it again. Thank you for the teaching. You're welcome. You're welcome. For that, I agree. I did for my children from birth. Just freestyle and it's working. Oh, wow. You see, somebody already did it and it's working. I'm lost, so I don't understand anything. Or I'm Kenyan, but I'm ready to learn. Oh, please follow us, the Kenyan lady. Follow us. So for those of you that are joining this live streaming for the first time, we have this live streaming every Sunday, 12 noon Nigerian time. Convert that to your different time zone. That should be 6 a.m. That was 6 a.m. EST, but it's 7 a.m. now. The date shifted today. That's 11 a.m. GMT. That's Ghana and UK. And it is 3 p.m. In Dubai time. So Note it. Now, for the previous teachings that we have had, if you missed it, go to my YouTube channel, IYANIFA Ewa TV, or just click on the link in the bio. It takes you to my YouTube channel. You'll be able to watch the replay of previous videos that you missed. So for those that are saying that they don't understand anything here, we have other previous replays. Let me see. Okay, so I think I've answered all the questions. Let's continue. You make it easy to connect to the ancestors. Thank you. Thank you very much. You guys to make it easy to teach. Sometimes if I can suggest that you should go to another town or country, exactly. If I can suggest that you should go to another town or country, but if I will never say you should cut off from your parents. So another part of it that I want to point out is this. Now, the orishas, let me ask these questions. The orishas that we have in Yoruba land, how many of them do you know? Just list it in a single typing. Name the orishas that you know. We have a lot of them. Just quickly, just quickly, just quickly. Just quickly. You don't know the type of person you are, IBK. Send a message via WhatsApp to that number, IYANIFA. I just posted the WhatsApp number again. Send the message to that WhatsApp number. What's the meaning of orishas? For lack of better words in English, orishas are deities. They are our deities. Deities doesn't actually describe it, but that's the best word we can use in English. So please, can you just list the orishas that we know? I'm getting at something. Somebody has said Oshun, yes. Who else? Who else? Who else? Which other orishas do you know? Oshun, Shonya, Obatala, Ogun, Eshu. You're good. All right. Now, do you know that all of these orishas you just listed and many more that you did not list, do you know that they walked this earth as human beings? Do you know that they lived on this earth as human beings, human people like you and I? Like they had flesh like this and they lived in this earth and they had children and they got married and they had intimate relationships and they had father, they had where they came from, Sha. Do you know that they were physical human beings like you and I? I need answers. Do you know that the orishas walked this earth as physical human beings? As we are watching, please keep tapping. I need you to know, or some of you think that they are just figurative spirit being. Let me know. Oh, you didn't know. Some people didn't know. Okay, all right, you didn't know. Who else knew that our orishas walked this earth as physical beings? Who else knows that our orishas walked this earth as physical beings? All those orishas you mentioned, they walked this earth as physical beings. Do you know? Let me see the comments. I'm a teacher, so if I'm teaching you like this, you understand the fact that I'm not just here to tell you something. I want to make sure that you know this thing and you can appropriate it to your everyday life. All right, a lot of us don't know. Now, these orishas that we call deities, they walked this earth as living human beings like you and I. If we don't know anyone, Shango was a king in Oyo Empire. Go through the history of Oyo Empire. Like you have a king, like you have the king in Oyo that passed on, Oba Lamidi. Kí lorúkọ Ọba Ọ̀yọ́ tó wàjà láìpẹ́ náà? Who knows the name? Ọba Ọ̀yọ́, Aláàfin Ọ̀yọ́ tó wàjà láìpẹ́. The throne that he's sitting on the Oyo Empire. Shango was a king on that throne at some time. Maybe the first king or the second king. I can't remember now. I think he was the second king and there was a king before him, or he was the Oba Adeyemi. Yes. Aláàfin Adeyemi. That throne that he's sitting on, when it was known as the old Oyo Empire, Shango was a king on that same throne. Right. So they lived this earth as physical beings. Now, if the orishas lived this earth as physical beings, Oromiyan was the first, all right, and then Shango was the next. Now, if they lived this earth as physical being, and we read their stories, now the stories of the orishas you've heard while they lived this earth, did they sound like perfect and holy and righteous and blameless? Did their stories sound like that? The stories of the Orishas. Did it sound like perfect and blameless and holy and righteous? Please let me know. Did it sound like that? No, it did not. Absolutely not. And that is the beautiful thing about Ifa, because Ifa is real. Ifa did not tell us that a human being came to this earth and he was without sin, holy and blameless, holy and righteous. This side of life, perfection does not exist. It is not attainable. I did a whole teaching on that a few weeks back. It's on the YouTube channel. It's not available. It's not attainable. It does not exist. So our Orishas never lived anything perfect. Now imagine that Orishas walked this earth. They were not perfect. They had flaws. They made wrong choices, consequences of which affected people, affected their children, affected their family. Yet, after they transitioned from this earth, we hold them in so much high esteem as our ancestors. We pay so much homage to them. We hold them in so much high esteem. We still recognize the position and the authority that Olodumare gave to them. We still recognize it. We still give them appeasements and sacrifices to channel the energy and power that they have, that Olodumare gave them for us. They were ancestors that lived this earth. Now, what's the difference between the Orishas and your mommy and your daddy? I need to understand, what's the difference between the Orishas and your mother and your father? Let me know. The Orishas were imperfect. Take, for instance, Shango. In the history of Shango, a gbọ́ pé Shango ó pokùnso ni o. We heard that Shango hung himself. I don't want to use the English word for it, but we heard that Shango hung himself. Ó pokùnso. Now, in this time and age, if somebody attempts láti pokùnso, tí ò bá wà successful, is it a crime or not? You know what it means for someone to hang himself. I don't want to use the general word. If somebody attempts it in this life and the person is not successful, is it a crime or not? It's a crime. There is no religion that supports pé kí èèyàn pokùnso. Àmọ́ wọ́n sọ fún wa pé Ṣàngó pokùnso ni. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ wà nílé ẹ̀, àwọn tó wà nílùú ẹ̀, àwọn tó wà ní around ẹ̀, wọ́n fi orúkọ kan, wọ́n fi bo Ṣàngó láṣìírí, wọ́n pè ní ọba Kòso. Wọ́n fi orúkọ, wọ́n fún lórúkọ iyì, wọ́n fi bò láṣìírí, wọ́n pè ní ọba Kòso. Òun la ṣe ń pe Ṣàngó ní Olúkòso, àmọ́ gbogbo wa mọ̀ Kòso. After he committed that S word and hung himself, right? The people in his community, the devotees of Shango, they named him the king that did not hang himself. The king that did not do the S word. That is one of the names of honor and reverence that we give to Shango. He flawed. He committed one of the greatest blunders that any human being could do with their life. Yet, he's an Orisha that we revere in so much high esteem. The energies, the power, the authority that Eledumare gave did not change with the things that they did. And the way we see them still doesn't change. But then, your father and your mother will make wrong choices and mistake. They will now want to poko banuje fún yín ní church. She's the one that is responsible for Kiniko. We will go to that part, the things that your parents are responsible for. We will get it. But let me tell you something. If the writings of Odrifa continued, if it continued like that, some of our current ancestors, their stories would have been written in the Odrifa if the writings continued. If it did not stop at that 256, it will be there. Some of you don't know that the energy and the powers that some of your ancestors carry, I mean immediate ancestors, maybe like your great-grandfather, your grandfather, some of the energies that they carry, we are not supposed to compare. But if we weigh it on a scale, ó fẹ́ dọ́gba pẹ̀lú ìtàwọn òrìṣà ní. That is why we say that we do not worship orishas. We are not a religion that worship orishas. We cannot worship them because they are imperfect. They are like us. We will become them to our generations yet unborn when we live here. If my great grandchildren, great great grandchildren get to read about me, they can invoke the gift of teaching and knowledge and understanding that I have. And they will be able to channel in their life at that present moment. And they will become an ancestor that they would recognize and pay homage to. What's happening? Please, can you still hear me? Something popped up on my screen and said my phone is not responding. If you can still hear me and see me clearly, I need to know. I got a message on my screen saying that my phone is not responding. The network is breaking. Okay. Please, can somebody come downstairs? Tell your brother to come downstairs and come and fix this thing. Okay, you can hear me. All right. So yes. Now, you understand that. So if you can Boya Ele. Yes, this other one. Eh. So if you can hold orishas in high esteem and you can celebrate them and you still believe that Olodumare can channel healing, everything that you know. It was breaking, it's back now. Okay. If you know that it can channel healing and everything that you know through them. Yeah. No, no, no. Both of them. Both of them. This one can stand alone, right? Okay, then put something else here too. They said the lightning is not so great. So let's have that like that. So if you can hold the orishas in so much high esteem like that, then there's nothing wrong with your parents. If our orishas can be flawed and Olodumare did not change his mind about them, trust me, Olodumare is not changing his mind about the role that your father and your mother plays in your life. Now, when people say your parents are responsible for, when they tell you, most especially in church, let me explain that in English. It's interesting. You know, akamu cereal in church, they will make a cereal, they will make a beautiful cereal drink of sadness and give it to you to drink. That's what they do when they come and give you that stupid message that your father and your mother is the one that is responsible for, and because of that you should cut off from them. Now let's talk about what they are responsible for. I said it that 70% of who you are, what you do, what life is going to live to look like, your parents are responsible for you. You don't need a soothsayer to tell you that. You don't need somebody to see vision for you that your parents are responsible for. They are responsible for the good things that is happening in your life, you know. I think I mentioned that earlier. When people see me and they say, "Oh, I like the way you teach. How do you teach and break things down for people to understand?" I come from a generation of educationists. I come from a lineage of teachers. My maternal grandfather was a teacher. He retired as a principal of the famous Wesley College of Science in Ibadan. He studied theology and education in the UK. Yes, my grandfather. He was a practicing reverend in the Anglican church till he passed on. All the 7 children he had, they were teachers at one point in their life, including my mother. My mother taught until she became a principal, retired and passed on. My only biological sibling is a lecturer in the university. So if I don't teach, what would I do? I've never had to teach like in a school 9 to 5, but all I've been doing in all my life is teaching. I got into IFA, I fell in love with IFA. I had to look for the teaching part of IFA. That skill that I have is not God that gave it to me, it's my parents. My daddy decided to go and marry wife from a family of educationists. He deliberately picked that. So when I was growing up, I had a mother who was my own personal lesson teacher. Do you understand? They taught me. I fell in love with schooling, education, maths, English, science, everything because of my parents. They are responsible for it. So don't let somebody now come and tell you it's only when there's a problem your parents are responsible. Of course they are. You don't need a soothsayer to tell you that one. They are. The good, the bad, and the ugly. 70% they are. You don't need a pastor to tell you that. Think about it. Use your brain. Think about it. You still need somebody to see vision for you that your parents are responsible. The fact that you're in Nigeria now, struggling to get visa, your parents are responsible for it. Me that I left Nigeria, I went to give birth to my children in US. Are they going to struggle for visa? No. Who is responsible for that? Me. Ish. You don't. These things are not things that some of our parents made choices, wrong choices as young adults, consequences of which is still affecting us now. So yes, are they responsible? Yes. But understand the fact that that is not even only limited to your parents. Take, for instance, as an average Nigerian, we're complaining about the government. Some of you did not vote for the current government. But are you enjoying the consequences of what it is? Somebody else voted. You are the one that is enjoying it. Whether you voted or not, we are here. People's choices in life would always bring consequences that would affect your life. It is not only your parents. So yes, that is the way life is. People will make choices randomly in some other country and it would affect you. That is the way life is. Your parents are not different. And there are some choices that they make. Cut them some slack. There are some choices that they made when they were younger, when they did not know any better. I have a close friend who's he and his siblings, there are four of them. Three of them are living with a particular health condition. Their mother did not have it, their father did not have it. They grew up to find out that it is predominant in the family, in the family of his mother, in his maternal side. And he told me, he said he watched he and his siblings go through the pain of that. He watched his father jump from one solution to another, pay heavily from this place to that place, just for his children to get relief. But they never did. They are still living with it. And he said he decided at that point that he's not having children. Why? Because he carries that condition in his gene. There is a chance that he's going to have it. He might have a child that will have it, and he will not be able to help that child. So he has decided that biologically of himself, he does not want to have kids. Do you understand how these things are? Because he knows that he can determine the rest of that child's life. That thing would affect not only the health of that child, it would affect that child's mental health, their confidence, it will affect their finances. Because they will be running helter-skelter from place to space, spending heavily on that thing. It would affect the course of their life. It would affect who wants to marry them. Who was responsible for it? Their parents. Hell yes. So you do not need, and it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It does not change the role that they play in your life spiritually. But like I said, in fairness to some of our parents, they were struggling with certain things in their young adult life. And they made certain choices. I will give you instances that I have been able to deal with as a spiritualist. They made choices sometimes in their life. They didn't even know that those choices will go far into the life of their children and grandchildren. Let me tell you this for free. There is no sane, stable, right-thinking parent who will choose to do anything that will mess up the life of their children. What, excuse me, what for? What will they stand to gain if their children are going through pain and people are pointing at them like, that woman that is passing is a child that is doing like this? A right thinking, stable human being will not want it 80% of the time. And most of the time, some of our parents are part of that 80%. You see that remaining 20% safe. If you find out from them, something was not stable in their life at the time they were making those choices. Either they made those choices ignorantly or some things was not just stable. Because a human being is not great. We have seen animals, the way they protect their own. How much more a human being? Ask yourself, what do you think your father is gaining? Now, that is not supposed to mean we have parents that are wicked and unreasonable. Yes, let's even say it. We have human beings that are wicked and unreasonable. What's wrong with our likes today? We are just on 40K. And we are 1 hour past. I assume that we would have gone to like 100K now. I will teach a little, I will pause so that you can power tap for another few minutes and then we keep going, please. And if you don't want me to pause, just keep on power tapping. Eshe, this is the encouragement you give us. Don't forget that we have a gift goal. Drop whatever gifts that you can, support us, encourage us, thank you. So, like I said, people are generally, you have certain people that are wicked and unreasonable. And unfortunately, your parents might be one of them. It's possible. So, I didn't say that to say every parent is good and perfect. No, there are people that are that kind of way. But whether they are that kind of way or not, they are still your parents. Spiritually, you are still connected to them. Now, let me take the questions that we have now. Then I would connect to the voice notes that one of my spiritual fathers and highly respected Ifa priest, what he has to say about the role of our parents in our spiritual life. According to Odrifa, he quoted about 3 or 4 Odrifas and he explained it. I can also requote it and narrate it to you here, but I would want you to hear it from another source that has more exposure in Ifa than I do. So let's take the questions. People, power tap, please. Do that while I'm doing the questions. We are just enjoying too much. I know. Even me, I'm enjoying myself. You know that there are times when I also go to YouTube channel and I listen to myself and I'm like, who is this person that is teaching like this? I'm enjoying this teaching. This person is a very good teacher. And then I pray for her. I feel like that about myself too. So trust me, I know you're enjoying it, but please, power tap. It says here, Matt, the Odrifa book you talked about, how can someone get the books? I just started following you. Okay, so I will reply you. OZ, I will reply you with my other Instagram account with the WhatsApp number of IFA College. I've replied you with that WhatsApp number. Follow that page and then send a message via the WhatsApp number. Olodumare bless you too. Parents are important no matter what they say about them. I still love them. Yes. This is very true. My mother was a herbalist. Now I'm in love with making herbs for myself and my family. Wow. Ewa, where have you been this long? Now that you are here, everybody needs to hear this. Thank you. Keep sharing my page, direct people to our page. Thanks to my father and my mother, the teaching skill, and then I now delved into Ifa. Yeah, they are responsible for the good side. Okay. Sometimes when things are not well with us, if I may suggest Sarah to our pastor. Exactly. I'm going to come to that part. If I be any to sorrow, yeah. If I be, thank you. Oh yeah, oh, power tap. Oh, let me see 50K before we leave. I'm already feeling guilty for not talking to my parents. Please let that guilt not just eat you up. Let it direct you towards. You see, I will teach you when we continue. When you do that to them, when you speak to them, when you take care of them, You are not doing, yes, you are doing them good, they'll be happy. Let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, you are doing them good 3 over 10. You are doing yourself good 7 over 10. You are doing yourself more good than them. Please, my question is, how do we worship Eledumare like other religion does? That's the point. So please, first of all, remove the need to do it like other religions do. We don't have religion here. We have spirituality. How do we worship Eledumare? We give Iba to Eledumare. As long as you give reference to the entities that Eledumare has sent to you, you are in turn giving reverence and homage to Eledumare. Then there is particular Iba that we give to Olodumare. Now, in my teaching series, how to make Iwure in Ifa, how to make prayers in Ifa and Isheshe, we start by Iba, which is like thanksgiving and honor. I taught that. I have that 12-part series, and it's in our subscription program. I don't teach that in this general open space for everybody. There's certain information I don't share here because this is a college, this is a school where you have to be enrolled to learn. There's a subscription program we have going on right now. Let me see if I can put up a subscription wave. Okay, let's put up the subscription. Let's put up the subscription wave. Let's do it right now. How do I do that? Subscription timer. Let's do that. So there is a subscription on my there's a subscription on my TikTok channel. If you click on the TikTok channel, you see subscription, and then you can do that. Okay, so we have a subscription timer that is set, so you can subscribe. Now, under the subscription program is where I get to teach you. I teach you all of these things. You give Iba to Olodumare. I teach you both in Yoruba and in English how to pay homage to Olodumare at certain instances, as it pertains to different instances of your life. Okay, then the other part of the series, I teach you how to pray in the Ifa and Isheshe way. Some of you are coming from Christianity, you don't know whether to still come here and be praying in the name of someone. I heard I heard somebody pray a couple of days ago. I went for a program and I saw someone. She just transitioned from Christianity to Ifa. She has done her Itefa. They've given her the name of Aegbe, the name of the Orisha that she works with. And she was praying to Olodumare in the name of the Orisha. So like somebody says a prayer and says, bless me, bless my children, bless the work of my hands. In Oshun's name I pray. Ashe. That's what the person said, because they are used to praying in the name of a certain person. We don't do that here. So in that 12-part series, I get to teach you how to pray, in practical guide on how to pray, both in Yoruba and in English. So you can click on the subscription button on the bio. Let me show that to you. Let me show you how to do that. So you can click on the subscription button, and that takes you to IFA College, right? And then let me show you how to. Now, for those of you that struggle, that have challenges with subscribing, let me flip my camera and show you the subscription. Let me flip my camera. So this is IFA College. That's IFA College page. So once you get to the page, you see subscription here. Subscription. You click on that. So you can do it after. You click on the subscription, and then you go to this button under to subscribe. You click on subscribe, and then it takes you to that, and then you complete your subscription. So here you are required to use your MasterCard to complete this subscription, right? You can use your MasterCard irrespective of the country where you are. You can do that, right? Okay, let me flip the camera back. So there's a 12-part series that I have on Iwure, how to pray in Ifa, right? I have taught you there. Now, for those of you that have challenges with the subscription, maybe you don't use card, like for Ghanaians who use Momo more in their country, or you don't use a MasterCard, you have a Verve card, whatever reason, send a message via WhatsApp or via DM. This is also available on a Telegram channel where you can just make a direct bank transfer and be able to access all those videos. You understand? So yeah, that is talking about how we pay homage and we worship Olodumare. So apart from doing the Iba, every time that you please drop how to do Iwore for fertility. That's what I said. Go and subscribe. If you cannot subscribe directly, then send a message via WhatsApp or via DM, and then you'll be given how to join the Telegram channel where all the 12 videos of Iwure is there. And then if there's any part that I did not touch that you need in the 12 videos, just request. As long as you're a subscriber, you would get it. Is that okay? So another way we pay homage to Olodumare, worship Olodumare, is through the entities that Olodumare has assigned, to us as human beings, through those entities. That is why in every Odrifa, you find this statement. It's very common in Odrifa. It says, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń ṣẹnu rere yin awo, awo ń yin Ifá, Ifá ń yin Olódùmarè. Meaning that, thank you for your subscription, thank you. Meaning that whenever they come to their awo, their babalawo, their priests and priestesses for a divination, Ifa gives them instruction of what to do. Once they follow the instruction, everything changes for them for the better. Then they come back to say thank you to their awo, to give honor and homage to their awo. Awo gives the honor and pays homage and the worship to Ifa. Ifa in turn gives this to Olodumare. That is the hierarchy. Another hierarchy of how you can direct your worship towards Olodumare. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ń ṣẹnu rere yin awo, awo ń yin Ifá, Ifá ń yin Elédùmarè. That is how it is in our Odu. So you understand it now, because a lot of people say, why do you always pay homage and reverence to Orishas? We never hear people giving sacrifices to Olodumare. This is how we do it here. All right, let me see other questions that I can take. Mama, how can somebody see this Odrifa book? Because I'm not one of your followers. I just sent you, Oz, I just responded with the WhatsApp number. Send the message to the WhatsApp number. Yes, I have used the teaching this morning. I do enjoy using it every day for the Iwure. Wow, that's one of the subscribers that is saying that the Iwure that I taught in the subscription teaching, he or she said they enjoy it and they are able to use it. And the beautiful part of it is I teach you both in English and Yoruba. And as our audience grows to other languages, we will have it translated in other languages so that more and more people can enjoy it. Life is about yin and yang. Okay. Any other question? Any other question? Power tap, oh, we have not gotten to 50K so that we can continue. Our parents are important no matter what they say about them still. Yeah, okay. I think I've done all this one. Sometimes when things are not here, Ifa tells you to go to your parents. Okay. Let me still scroll up to the person that says, how do we? Okay, we have done that. Now, I've taught you how to pay homage. Let's go on. Yes, this is very true. And they birthed us through our ancestors. Yes. Please, what is a way tomato called in Yoruba? What about witches? Somebody says, what about witches? Sorry, somebody says, what about witches? I believe that you're asking that what about the mothers that are witches? Okay. First of all, there is no word in Yoruba used to translate witches. Whatever idea of witches that you have, it does not exist here. Is that okay? I would explain to you. I've explained, yes. I have a video on this page that talks about àwọn yami, either on this page or on the other page. So please, that person that said what about witches, Stephen O. Joseph, yeah, Check on this page, IFA College page, or the IYANIFA Ewa Herbs page. Check on that page. You will see a teaching that I put there that I talked about àwọn yami, àwọn tó láyé, àwọn ẹlẹ́yẹ, that people popularly translate as witches. I talked about them. So check there. Please, how can I connect with my ancestors? Download. So please just send a message via any question you have that does not connect with what we are teaching today. Just send a message via WhatsApp. When can we do Iwure? Does it have to be first thing in the morning before talking to anyone? Your Iwure for Ojojumo, for Aro, should be first thing in the morning before talking to anybody. But at what point can you do the other Iwures? Please subscribe or send a message to make your payment via Telegram, and then you would understand it. Mama, can somebody see this Oduifa book? Okay, I've responded to that. Please drop how to. Okay, we've responded to that. We've responded to that. Please, if you have any other questions that I have not responded to, let me know so that we can continue. Power tap to 50K, and then we continue the other time, the other part of the message, the other part of the teaching. We are talking about the role of our parents in our spiritual life, and we are trying to debunk the idea that says that for you to make success in life, you have to cut off from your father and your mother, totally ignore them, be hostile to them, literally be wicked to them because of whatever they have done. We have established that our parents might not be perfect. They are not even perfect. And they make certain choices of which the consequences is affecting us, yes. But cutting off from them is not the solution. Someone says, how can somebody connect to their lineage forces if they can't trace their lineage physically? Your lineage is not. So if you want to connect with your lineage forces, you want to connect with them spiritually or physically. I assume it is spiritually. So if you are connecting with them spiritually, then most of your connection will be done spiritually. You might not necessarily have physical connection to where your line, where the people of your ancestral line was buried. Some people were taken out of a certain country, they were raised in a certain country, their parents, grandparents doesn't even have any connection back home. We have so many people of color in the Western world who are seeking to connect back home. Now, until they can make a physical connection, they can always make spiritual connection through these things that I'm teaching. So if that person is seriously asking a question for himself to say, how can you yourself, how can you connect to your ancestors, then I would attach the WhatsApp number here. Send a message via WhatsApp. Follow that IYANIFA Our Heads page. Please let everybody go and follow that page in mass. It's the backup page. Please do that. Okay. Where to check Àwọn Yami again? I said check on this page. There's a video, there should be a video on this page or on the IYANIFA Ewa page. Power tap to 50K. Let's continue. Let's hear what the other Babalawo has to say about this. So we're getting somewhere. We already know that none of our parents would deliberately just want to do certain things. We also established that there is still that small percentage of people that are just outrightly wicked and unreasonable. Some people, you cannot comprehend why they are that wicked. But I know that deep down inside, there's something that is wrong. Any other question? Okay, no other question. Please, power tap till we get to 50K so that we can continue. So for those of you that they have told you that you should go and cut off from your father and your mother, what I would ask you to do first of all, don't take my word for it. Like I said, you don't have to trust me. You don't even have an idea who I am. Take the words of Ifa for it. Come and do an Ifa divination. Mr. Dave, mo dúpẹ́ o, ẹ ṣé o. Àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí, wọ́n á bá mi dúpẹ́. Orí ìyá mi, orí bàbá mi, ẹlẹ́dàá àwọn aláṣekù, wọ́n á bá mi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín láṣẹ Ìdùmarè. Ifá máa fi yèdénú, ó máa fi yèdé gbogbo ara, á ṣe tiyín, àṣepé ni èmi òun ṣèwúre fẹ́nì kankan, mi ń ṣàdúrà fún èèyàn pé dá mi Thank you for that gift. Mi ò kí ń ṣàdúrà fún èèyàn pé kí wọ́n ṣe nínú iṣẹ́ èèyàn. Àṣetán kọ́ba yín ṣe láṣepé, yes. Àṣepé ni ìwúre mú fún yín. All our gifters ti fẹ́ food. Àṣepé ni àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí ló máa ṣe iṣẹ́ yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. The powers that hold the universe will support you until you get to the place of your fulfillment and your destination. They will not follow you halfway. They will follow you to the place of your fulfillment. JD, thank you very much for the gifts. We appreciate it. Continue to tap. Let's get to 50. Okay. Are we already at 50K? Yes. So let's listen to what that IFA priest has to say. Let me. So the message is in Yoruba because they are reading Odrifa. But when after playing it, I will translate it in English. Maybe along the line as they are playing, I will pause, translate to English, or after. It depends on what it is. So we are going to there are going to be about 3 Odrifas that he made reference to. There are Odrifas that you can also write down and go back and check. So he made reference to Odrifa Ogbe Okoran and the other one Odrifa Otura Orire. So let's listen to that. Sorry for that. Now, the Odrifa, I don't know if it was loud enough, but Odrifa tí wọ́n sọ níbẹ̀ yẹn, Odrifa Ogbe Okoran ni. The Odrifa was taken from Ogbe Okoran. So you can write it down and also go and read it yourself. Ogbe Okoran. Nínú Odrifa yẹn. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me. Oh, so why is this one not connecting? Okay. Were you able to hear the Odrifa that he rendered? I would pick the part of that Odrifa that has to do with this teaching. So in the Odrifa, it says Odrifa Ogbe Okoran. Okay, you are not able to hear that. Let me read the important part and then translate. It says Adifa fún ìṣẹ̀ tí ń ṣe. Can you hear me? Adífá fún ìṣẹ̀ tí ń sọ lódò ayé, a bọ̀wọ̀ fún ìṣẹ̀ tí ń sọ lóródò lókè ọ̀run. Wọ́n ní ǹjẹ́ ìyá ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni, bàbá ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni, orí ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni. Now, he says that somebody went to make a divination. As usual, people go to the Ifa priest for a divination. And when the person went for the divination, Ifa had a lot of things to say. Ifa said, Ìyá ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni, meaning that your mother is your Ìṣẹ̀ṣe. What do you know about Ìṣẹ̀ṣe? What is Ìṣẹ̀ṣe? To a Yoruba person, to an Ifa devotee, what is Ìṣẹ̀ṣe? Please, I need comments in the comment section. What is Ìṣẹ̀ṣe? How can you define Ìṣẹ̀ṣe? What do you know about Ìṣẹ̀ṣe? How can you define Ìṣẹ̀ṣe? Thank you, sis. Thank you for joining. It's been a while I saw you on my live streaming. Thank you. Okay, so we say Isheshe is religion. Isheshe is not religion. African spirituality, we don't have a religion. All right. Isheshe simply means, thank you for the ice cream, sis. Thank you. Isheshe simply means Ishe is where you come from. Ishe is the culture or the way of life. So Isheshe is the way of life of where you come from. Is the way that we practice, simply put, the way that we practice Ifa. Isheshe is the way that we practice Ifa, is the way that we practice our spirituality where we come from. As Yoruba people, our Isheshe is the way we connect to the divine, the way we connect to Olodumare, the way we connect to the ancestors, our deities, that is wrapped around what is Isheshe. Now, this Odrifa says, Iyaini Nisheshieni, your mother is your Isheshe. Look at the hierarchy. He says, Babaini Nisheshieni. Look at the hierarchy. Your father is your Isheshe. He says, Orieni Nisheshieni. He says that your Ori is your Isheshe. Then he now says, Ifani Isheshieni. And then he says, Isheshe lakoko bo nife kato bo ebora. Meaning that Isheshe is what we first pay attention to in Ife, where life started from. So let's just say in this life as we know it. Isheshe is what we first of all pay attention to before we start to pay attention to the spirit, the powers, and all of that. But in the hierarchy of what that Isheshe is, what's the first one? Your mother. The second step in that hierarchy is your father. The third one is your Ori. Your Ori is the one that reflects you. And then the fourth one is Ifa. So you see that Ifa that we hold so highly. Ifa that we hold so highly. There are hierarchies even before you get to Ifa. So when you hold Ifa so highly, there is the other authorities and entities that is before Ifa in your spirituality. Your father and your mother and your father in that hierarchy, they are more important in your journey of spirituality than in Ifa. I'm not the one that said it. It's Odu Ifa that said it itself. When we talk about, Wawori is the most important Orisha that we have, Ifa says your mother and your father have higher spiritual authority than your Ori before you even come to Ifa. So you see how you have misplaced your priority. You see how they were able to feed you with lies in church and you took it because you did not understand these things. If you had the fundamental, which was why I put the speaker at that voice on, but I think he recorded it really low. But you can all go and read it. Odrifa Ogbe Okoran. You can go and read it. Find the Ifa book that translates to English. If you don't have the Ifa book that translates our old Ifa to English, we have it for sale at the Ifa College. Just drop a message at, via DM and you will get it. Read it there. It says in your hierarchy of your Isheshe, your connection to spirituality, your connection to divine, your connection to the universe, your worship of your ancestors, your spiritual life, your mother is the first, then your father, then your Ori before Ifa. That's the hierarchy, and nothing can change it. There is no based off on if they are good people. There is no condition to it. It's just what it is. Nothing more than that. So they are the Orishas that are the ones that birth you in this earth. They are your first Orishas. I tell people, when you give birth to a child, the mother of that child, the father of that child is the first representation of God, of the divine to that child. Whatever relationship that child is going to have with divinity, it starts with the relationship they have with their father and their mothers. Before you come to Ifa, I want to do your Ifa, I want to speak to Ifa. Excuse me, what is your relationship with your father and your mother? Because they are the first in that hierarchy. ìyá ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni, bàbá ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni, orí ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni, Ifá ni ìṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni. In that hierarchy, before you pay homage to all the the orishas, all of you running to give Ebo and Etutu every day, you have ignored your father and your mother. You have ignored class 1 and class 2. You are paying homage to your ori, to your orishas. It's easy for you to pay homage to the orishas that live this earth like your father and your mother. They were human beings like your mommy and your daddy. The same things that you think your father and your mother did that is unforgivable, unforgettable, the orishas did it in their lifetime in one form or the other. Ifa recorded it. Ifa does not play an unrealistic script to us about life. But you accept them. You pay homage to them. You give ebo to them regularly, but you ignored your own parents. You see why I always say, you see this thing that people say, I want to know where the source of my problem is. Lack of knowledge is the source of that problem. That is it. This thing that you know today, if you go back and you are practicing it, if you go back and you are practicing this thing that I'm teaching you, most of you, 70% of your problem, poof, it will just go away. And there is no juju there. I just gave you knowledge. I just explained to you something you don't know. And because you now know it, you now practice it, you see the result, then you find out, so this is what it has been. That's what it has been. But how come nobody told me? Who is supposed to tell you these things? These are default things that you're supposed to know. It's written there in the Odrifa, you will not read it. Some of you don't even have. You are a follower on this page and you don't have Odrifa, either physical copy or virtual copy, because you're a Christian, you don't want to have Odrifa. Because they told you that the moment you have Odrifa like this, hell will just open his mouth and swallow you. Continue. The same pastors in the church where they are telling you that Odrifa is evil, they are the same people that see vision for you that your mother is a witch. Go and run away from her so that you can succeed. Excuse me, sir. How far are you succeeding? Those of you that they told you that your parents are witches, you stay away from them. I don't mean stay away from your father's house or your mother's house. Two different things. Literally cut off from your parents. Do not acknowledge them. Do not take care of them. Do not have anything to do with them. How is your life going? I want to know. How is your life going? How is it going for you and the pastor that told you? You see those people. If there has to be hell because of them. Hell, it on preaching. It has to exist because of them, and that's where they belong. Olodumare should create hell because of those people and put them there. Put them in a hell loop of this life. Because the families that they have broken up, meanwhile, the same Bible that they read, somewhere in the book of Psalms or Proverbs, he says that 6 things is an abomination to God. He says 6 things God hates. The 7th is an abomination. He that sows discord between brothers. That word that is written, brothers, there is the same word that is translated into family. He that sows discord, that sows separation between a family is an abomination to God. Yet they are the same people that will see vision for you that you should cut away from your father and your mother. If something is not wrong with them, someone needs to explain to me. But it's not their fault. It's you people that is listening to them. Carry Odrifa and read. You will not. Stay with one book that is confused and is confusing you. Anyway, you have heard it. Your father is your Isheshe. Your mother is your Isheshe. You see this connection with divinity, it starts with the 2 of them. Let's go to the next Odrifa. I hope you are able to hear what he has to say in that next Odru. Let me play it and see if we are there. While we are trying to connect to the Odru, please continue to power tab. So he's saying here that even Ifa, as huge as we place Ifa, Ifa is the voice of the mouth of Olodumare. In your journey, your parents are more important than that voice. Okay, now let's play this part because the next question is, excuse me, who is there? Who is there? Who is there? I need somebody. Turn this thing off. Turn it off. And then water. Why is the water there? Change this one and bring another one for me. Why is the water there? Okay, so let me play it here. If I hope we can hear it. I hope we can. No, 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 another one. It's not loud. Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to see. So now he's talking about Otura Orire. Okay, since it's not loud, let me just explain it. I didn't know it was going to be this low, so that I don't waste our time on something we can't hear very well. Let's talk about. So the next one he talked about was Otura Orire. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Yes. There was no volume in that one, but can you hear me now? Me, not the voice notes. You are new here. Thank you for joining us. Yes, you can hear me. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. So the other Odrifa that he brought out was Odrifa Otura Orire. Otura Orire was talking about Orunmila and four of his children. He was talking about Orunmila and four of his children. He says, let me recite the Odu. Ó ní adífá fún Ọ̀rúnmìlà, bàbá rán ọmọ rẹ̀ ọ̀wọ̀ọ̀wọ̀ lọ sí òde Ọ̀rúnmìlà. Wọ́n ní adífá fún Ọ̀rúnmìlà, bàbá rán Àjàgbọ̀nà ọmọ rẹ̀ ó rán lọ sílé ọgbọ́n. So there were four children tí Ọ̀rúnmìlà ní in this Odrifa, and he sent the four of them on different assignments. Ó ní àwọn ọmọ òun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin òun máa rán wọn níṣẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan. So ó ti fẹ́ rán wọn níṣẹ́ báyìí. Sorry, hold on. Wọ́n ní ó rán àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ níṣẹ́, mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin ni wọ́n. Ìkọ́nú àwọn ọmọ yẹn Ajagun, ìkọ́nú àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ Ikin, ìkọ́nú àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ Ògbògì, ìkọ́nú àwọn ẹ̀ Èkùrọ́wọ̀wọ̀. Nínú gbogbo àwọn ọmọ yẹn, out of those four children, Ajagun was the only one that was listening to what Orunmila was teaching. The remaining three of them, Èkùrọ́, Ògbòdùgbù, àti Ikin, they were doing anything that they liked. And then he now sent them on an errand. He told them to go to different places, different countries. Wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ fún wọn pé Orunmila gave them instruction. What I teach you is exactly what you are going to do. Don't mix black and white. Ẹ má fi dúdú pè funfun. Ẹ má fi nǹkan tí mi ò kàn yín, ẹ má fi ṣe. He told them. Ikin dé ilé Aládó, ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe nǹkan tó wù. Ikin got to the house of Alado. He started doing what he liked. He was acting the way that he wanted. And of course, while he was doing that, the things that he was experiencing in life was affecting him. You could see consequences. Now, the second child, Bodugi, he too went to Ode Ijesha. He got there and started doing what he liked. Ekurotu, the same thing. He got to Ode Ipapa. He was doing anything that he likes. Ajagun was the only one that was following what Orunmila was saying. These other ones, their excuse was that they saw Orunmila too making mistakes. So why should Orunmila be the one to tell them to do the right thing? Now, after sending them on an errand to that place, he decided to send two Odu to them to go and check them out in what they are doing. He sent two Odu to them. They got to the house of the first one, which was Ikin. Instead of Ikin to treat them with respect, that this person is coming from my father, let me greet them, let me acknowledge them. He was just looking at the two Odu that see how beautiful these ones are. All he was thinking about is how he was going to marry them. He now said, oh, they should sit down, that he wants to do a divination for them. He said, in this divination, you have to marry a babalawo. It's a babalawo that you need to marry. That is a babalawo, just so that, and that babalawo, if I said, is me that you need to marry. That was what Ikin told the people that the father Orunmila sent. Now, you know that even in this time and age, we have some babalawo that do that. A lot of women have been caught in that trap. You're supposed to marry a babalawo. In fact, if I says it is me. Okay, he went there. They left from there. They went to Ekuro's house. He went there. They experienced the same thing. He went to Bodugi's house, same thing. Then they now went to Ajagun's house. When they got to the Ajagun's house, he saw them. He was even having his Oseifa that day. He said, before I continue my Ose, let me take care of you. You came from my father. I have to respect you the same way I will respect my father. Prepared food, entertain them, doing so many beautiful things for them. Now, let's continue the story. Immediately, he did all of that. The two Odu now revealed themselves. None of them knew that those two people that he sent are Odrifa. None of them knew. And then when they got to Ajaguno's place, the Odus revealed themselves. Because you honored us the way you will honor your father, we are going to reveal themselves. And the Odrifa, those two Odrifa revealed themselves to that child and started speaking blessings. Ifa started speaking blessings. Ifa started speaking good things. So at the end of the whole thing, they called all four of them together. And then the other three, Ikin, Bodugi, ati Ekuro, they sat down and they said, why would Orunmila, why would Ifa treat them like this based on what they are doing? That even Orunmila, that is their father, Shebi, we know the type of life that Orunmila too lived. His life too was not perfect. So because of this mistake that they made in not recognizing the Odu, is that why their father has to treat them like that? Then the Odu told them that it doesn't matter what imperfection you have seen with Orunmila, your father. There is something that Olodumare expects in your relationship of honoring your parents. And every time you do it, this Odu will always come out to you to bring blessings to you. If you do not honor them, you do not honor the source from which you came out. Odrifa, let's go back to the name of the Odrifa so that you can write it down. Otura Orire ni Odrifa yen. Otura Orire said that if you do not do it, honor your parents, there are certain blessings, certain Odu that will never come out for you. There are certain blessings you will never experience. There are certain connections you will never have. And Ifa says that is irrespective of who your parents are or the life that they have lived. Please keep tapping. We are still stuck at 50 something. Thank you for the person that is reminding us. Irrespective of who they are, there are certain blessings that you will not just have. There are certain things that you will not just experience. Some people will say, oh, I like my life and my life is still good. Yes, your life can be good without them because there are other things that you are doing that will bring goodness. But trust me, if your life is good on a scale of 1 to 100, let's say you're experiencing 60% and you're fine, because of course there are people experiencing 20 and 30. If you connect back to the spiritual source of who your parents are, you will go from 60 to 90 effortlessly. Now, I will give you some personal experiences that I had as a person, and in the process of me walking other people in their spirituality, real life situations that has happened. Because when people were responding in my WhatsApp, I heard people say, "Ah, Yanifa, if only you know what my father and my mother has done to me. If only you know the things that they did, not what anybody's told me, but what I experienced. If only you know, you will not tell me to connect back with them." In fact, this conversation started with somebody I did a divination for. Ifa says, if your father is alive, take care of him, buy him gifts, let him pray for you. If he has passed, do Sarah for him. The man legit told me, said, everything you are saying, it looks like it's true. But you see that part, it cannot be true. If I cannot tell you to tell me to connect to my parents, because why? He literally said in his words that every time he had a contract or good news, the moment he tells his parents, everything just messes up. And the time that he decided to cut off from them, things just started happening right for him. You understand? But he still knows that they are responsible for blocking his blessing up to today. Because, of course, he came for an IFA divination because his life was not going well. So, despite the fact that he doesn't still reach out to his parents, he's still having the same challenges. And that's why he still came. And I told him, I'm not the one that said, thank God I don't ask you about your life history before I do a divination for you. I'm not the one that said that you should go and take care of your father. It's Ifa that said it. You can argue with Ifa, you can choose to believe it. O le pe fa leke, o le pe ṣu lo le. That's your business. So, but ọ̀rọ̀ tí Ifá bá sọ ṣá, ó sure 1000%. The things that Ifá says, there is nothing truer than it. If there's any word like that. And the man said, if just you know. I said, I don't need to know what they have done to you. And I'm not here to justify that what they have done is right. No, that's not what I'm doing, and that's not who I am. I'm not here to say that what they did is justifiable or that they didn't do all of those things that they did. I'm here to say, irrespective of that, they still hold that spiritual authority. And without them, you cannot connect on that level. There are some certain connections you cannot make with spirituality if you do not acknowledge them, if you do not pay homage to them, if you do not take care of them, even if they don't want to see you. You can send gifts to them through people that they want to see and tell the person, please don't tell my mommy and my daddy that this gift is for me. Just give it to them. How are they doing in their old age? Are they sick? Are they doing fine? Is anything happening? Your mom is in a condition like this, so give money. They don't have to know. They don't have to see you. Give your gift and your money. Call them. If they don't pick today, call them. Continue to call them. What is the worst that can happen? They will drop the call on you, or they will call you and say this and this and that and that. You are doing your own part. You will go back to your Ifa and say, I did it. What you asked me to do, I have done my own part. Ifa did not say, make sure that you reach out to them and make sure that they accept. The responsibility of them accepting is not on you. The responsibility of reaching out, giving to them is on you. You play your own part. And those of you that are saying, I cannot reach out to my parents, I cannot do this and this, if you know what you have done, what they have done for me, a lot of you don't know what you are doing to your children right now. You don't know the choices you are making today, that given all the circumstances today, you think that is the best choice. Your children will have to live with the consequences of it. I jokingly tell people on my contact list, I said, some of you need to open a special account and be saving money in there. What's that money for? It's for therapy for your children. Because some of you, your children will spend shitload of money on therapy to heal from the choices that you made. Yet you can point finger at your mother and your father. Some of you are making choices today, and you are not making those choices with the plan that, so that your children will suffer. Nobody makes such choices. But the consequences of it would affect your children, directly or indirectly. You are a human being. You are bound to make wrong choices. Now, how would you feel if your children grew up in life in another 10, 20 years, and somebody is telling them to cut off from you, that you are the source of their misery because you made a choice sometimes that you were not aware that the consequences will go this far because you made an honest mistake? How would you feel? But it's easy now that it's not you. Like I said again, I'm not justifying their wrong choices or their wrong action, but I'm saying irrespective of it. Ifa says irrespective of it. Ìyá ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ẹni, bàbá ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ẹni, orí ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ẹni, kó tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá kan Ifá. There is a reason it is in that hierarchy. According to Odufa Ogbe Okoran, there is a reason it is in that hierarchy. There is a reason it is not Ifa first. There is a reason it is in that hierarchy. So please, whatever it is that is going on, I'm not even here to care what's going on. Because it doesn't matter the story that you tell me that is going on, I will still tell you what Ifa says. Honor them. Connect to spirituality through them. Now let's power tap to 70K. Then I will share some personal experience of me and some experience of other people that I have worked with, that they gave me the permission to share their story. Is the network still okay on that side? The phone I'm holding here is frozen. If you can hear me and you can see me and the screen is not frozen, please let me know. The screen is frozen on this side. Let me see. You can hear me and see me. Okay, all right. So it's the network of this other phone. Please keep tapping. Let's get to 70K and continue. How many hours have we spent today? All right, it's perfect. Thank you. It's perfect. All right, yeah, we're back here too. Subscription. Let me play one of our videos for you. Let me see if we can play it from here so that you can join my subscription program. Let me give you a sneak peek into what I teach in my subscription program. We have the 12-part series that talks about Iwure. Iwure is how to pray in Ifa and Isheshe. So in Ifa and Isheshe, we call it Iwure. And you know that Yoruba is a descriptive word. So in Ifa, we call it, in Iwure, we call, in Ifa, we call it Iwure. Iwure is a combination of two words, Wu ati Ire. So Europeans can tap in Ifa. Anybody, Ifa is just an embodiment of knowledge. Anybody can come to Ifa. Ifa welcomes everybody to his mat, irrespective of your religious background, your race, your culture, your tribe, your color, your language, your gender preference, your sexual preference. Ifa doesn't really care about that. Irrespective of who you are, you can come to Ifa. You can learn in Ifa. You can connect with Ifa. You can find your Odu in Ifa. You can do prayers and Iwure in Ifa. You can get directions in Ifa, irrespective of where you are and where you are coming from. Now, there's another thing I'm going to mention for Nigerians that are connecting to Ifa that are non-Yoruba. I have something for you people. Okay, so I said I wanted to show you some of I wanted to give you a sneak peek into it. So yes, Iwure is a Yoruba word, combination of two words, Iwu and Ire. Wu means to dig out, Ire is blessing. So in Yoruba, in Ifa, in Isheshe, when we do prayers, what we do is we literally dig up blessing and Wuore. So we are not asking and begging. So our own prayer is not a let's ask from God, let's beg God. If he does it, we are happy. If he doesn't do it, we continue to ask. No. The blessings are there already. Olodumare has filled this earth as we know it with blessings already. They are there. The only things we have to do is to dig it out, to dig it up. That's the only thing that we have to do. So our Iwure is how we dig it up, how we bring it out. And there is something that is very vital in our Iwure. I call it precedence. Now, if you are in a court of law and your lawyer is standing before the judge to plead your case, they use what is called precedence. They will tell you that based on the case of Mr. Saka Tinubu and the state of Lagos in 1914, the judgment was passed in favor of Saka Tinubu. So I want the judge to look at that precedent and also grant my client justice, and also let my clients go free and acquainted, based on something that has happened. We don't need to talk too much. This type of case has happened. This is how the judgment was. So, judge, you don't need too much English. This thing has gone like this before. Look into this precedents and do the same thing. That is what we do in Iwure. So, those precedents is what I'm teaching you. Take, for instance, Iwure for every morning. He says, ojoojúmọ́ ni ọjọ́ ń yọ, ojoojúmọ́ ni òòrùn ń ràn. Bí ọjọ́ ṣe ń yọ, kí èmi lágbájá ọmọ lágbájá kí n máa ní, kémi náà máa yọ bí ọjọ́, kí ògo mi máa yọ bí òòrùn. Let me interpret that in English, which is what I would also do in the teaching. I've done it in my video teaching that you would have access to as a subscriber. If you cannot subscribe directly on TikTok here, you can send a message via WhatsApp. It's also on the Telegram channel. You just pay directly through your bank transfer. He says that Iwure for the morning. He says every day the day breaks or the day opens up or a new day is born and all eyes will see it. Every new day the sun rises and is bright for everybody to see. Based on the precedence of it is not possible for a new day to start and the day should not break. Based on that precedence, I have woken up today. Let my glory open up the way a new day opens up. Let my star shine the way the sun is shining with each day. Is a precedence. You are not asking or begging. Another precedence that you can use if you are praying for favor and grace. Wọ́n ní ojú rere la fi ń wo owó. Ojú rere ni a fi ń wo owó. Ojú rere la fi ń wo owó. Ojú adìyẹ kì í sé lára àgbàdo. Nítorí náà kí gbogbo ọmọ aráyé máa fi ojú rere wò mí. Kí ojú ìyì, ojú ore, ojú ẹ̀yẹ wọn kó má ṣe sé lára èmi lágbájá ọmọ lágbájá. What does that mean? Everybody looks at money with the eyes of favor. Money is beheld favorably. No matter how dirty the note is, no matter what currency is it, as long as it's money, you value it. You look at it with favor. Based on that precedent, I, Jane, the daughter of Helen, I, Moses, the son of Abike, I, Shegun, the son of Ajoke, as I step out today, every eyes that see me will look at me favorably, will look at me valuably, the way money is looked at. Simple. You have called favor and value to yourself. Ojú adìyẹ kì í sé lára àgbàdo. The eyes of the chicken, of the hen, of the rooster does not go off the corn. The eyes of the chicken is following the corn like this. It does not take his eyes off it. It's following the corn. That is a precedent. The same way, let the eyes of the people that will favor me, good people, kind people, gracious people, let their eyes not go off me today. Let them continue to look at me, look out for me, the way the chicken is looking out for the corn, and they should favor me. They should give their favor to me. Do you understand how it is now? That's an example of how we do our Iwure. So that is what I'm teaching in that 12-part series. So you are going to the TikTok page now to subscribe. For those of you that are just joining, let me flip my camera once again and show you what our subscription looks like, what you are going to do on the IFA College page. So you can do your subscription now. We have a subscription goal. And those of you, if you subscribe while we are on this subscription goal, you get a discount on the subscription. Now, this is what the page looks like. You see, you can see where subscription is. So you just click on subscription. It takes you all the way to subscribe. You see the videos that are already there. Yeah. So it takes you to subscribe. and then you go ahead and you subscribe, and then you request for the details of your MasterCard. Now, for those of you that don't have your MasterCard, you see, your MasterCard is there, you have. For those of you that don't have MasterCard, right, we have put these same videos on a Telegram channel that allows you to access it through the Telegram channel. So that one, you just make payment via bank transfer, okay, and then you are able to to access these teachings that we have. Is that okay? Yeah, so that is it about the subscription. There's a subscription goal there, so get the discount that is there and then keep subscribing so you can learn. So at least one thing, you will know how to pray. You will not wake up in the morning and be saying, ah, baby, Atoro, ah, God, please, if you can do this for me, ah, we come back and thank you. God, please, just do it. Just uh, borrow me 2 million naira out of the future 500 million you give to me. And then when God has done it, or the one he doesn't do, you cannot complain. That's what they taught you. You just have to accept it like that. No. Ifa says that Olodumare has given us everything already. It's not a matter of if he's not about to start to do it. It has been done, buried in different corners of this universe, this earth as we know it. Our responsibility is to be digging it out. Yeah, so we are on 74. Let me take questions. Let's aim at 100 right now. Tife Foods, thank you for the gift. Let's aim at 100 right now, and then I would share the experiences I have and how we handled it. My sister, break is over. I will join you next time. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Let me really know who this person is. Okay, I will follow you so that I can reach out to you after we're done. Thank you very much. This is what my IFA called. This is why IFA is called Eleri. Yes, 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 yes. Is there any question? Where we are coming from to this world? Okay, the person is explaining something. You want to know if IFA can predict the future. Best to say this life is already scripted. Okay, no, this life is not already scripted. It's not like it's already scripted, that everything that is happening to you is already scripted, irrespective of what you do or what choices you make or whether you do good or not. It's already scripted. No, Ifa does not believe in that. Life is not already scripted. The life that you are supposed to live is already predestined. The life that you are supposed to live, emphasis on the word supposed to, the path that you are supposed to go to has already been pre-arranged for you. Supposed to. You can come to this earth and choose not to. For every choice that you make outside the line of your destiny, he leads you to another place. But there is no place he's leading you to outside of the knowledge of Ifa. It's like this. Let me give you an example. Imagine that this is a playground. The surface of this place is a playground. Now, you are supposed to go in a straight line on this playground and then curve here. That's the part you are supposed to go. Straight line and curve. Now, you come to this straight line. You come to this plane. You decide not to go straight line. You now decide to be going half. You know, there's no way you go haphazard. You cannot go out of this box. Ifa already knows every corner of this box. There is no way you want to go on this box. Ifa already knows. So if you don't go straight and curve like you are destined to, you can go like this and like this and like this. But Ifa already knows where you are going. The day you now have sense and you go back to Ifa to say, how do I know my path? Ifa now brings you back to the straight and the curve. And some of you, you will not have sense in this life. You just go zigzag, and just end the life maybe here, maybe here. Some people will end it here. But no matter where you go, you do not go out of this box. And Ifa is an embodiment of this entire box. So it's not your life is scripted in such a way that the things you are doing has been scripted. Somebody has scripted that this morning you will wake up and insult your neighbor. Nobody scripted that you chose to insult your neighbor, because you can choose to shut up your mouth and not insult your neighbor. Nobody scripted that you are going to be a Christian or Muslim. You are Christian or Muslim because that's what your parents introduced you to. Nobody is going to do. Who is that? Who is there? Is anybody there? Why are you there? Turn it off now. Thank you. So you understand what it is now. So IFA is not scripted in such a way that you don't have a choice. That's the way it has been written. There's no sort of irresponsibility and lack of accountability is what made them sell that rubbish to you. You are responsible for the choices you make. IFA gives you a path to follow, encourages you to follow that path. If you don't follow it, it's up to you. But there's no corner that you turn to. IFA is there waiting for you. You understand it now? Okay, we are going to 7. We're going to 100K. Any other question? We're going to 100K. Any other question? Okay, so let me start by giving you this example. A couple of years ago, it should be about 4 years now, shortly after the lockdown, I met these ladies. Two of them, they reached out to me separately. I didn't know they were sisters. They reached out to me. Then I hadn't started IFA college. Ewa Herbs was the name of the brand. So they reached out to me. And then the first one, she narrated her story. She was going through this and this and this. So I said, okay, don't worry, let's just ask IFA. So I did a divination for her. Odrifa came out, and Odrifa pointed that she should go and she should reach out to her mother. Where is her mother? She should give gifts to her mother and have her mother to pray for her. Anything that she's holding on to that is not hers, she should return it. IFA had some things to say. Her sister had also reached out randomly. I didn't know them. And Odrifa that came out for her sister was similar to her own. Still said the same thing. She should reach out to her mother, have her mother pray for her, blah, blah, blah. So the two of them requested that they wanted to speak to me on a joint call, that they are sisters. And this is the order that I gave to them. One of them reached out. So I said, okay, let's have a conversation. So while we were talking, they explained to me that they are 4 sisters, 4 girls. Their mother has 4 girls. And all 4 of them never been married, never had children. The first at the time was about 40-something. The last was about 30-something. Never had kids, never been married. And in fact, the 4 of them were virgins, not by choice, not that they chose to remain virgin because they were not married. It's not by choice. It's by virtue of the fact that they have never had a man move close to them to the extent of being intimate with them. All 4 beautiful ladies. So they had gone to different places, church, mosque, this way, and they are told, it's your mother. You have to cut off from her. Is your mother. Then they too started to reason it. Like, you people will be reasoning rubbish. If she's not the one, how can abiyamọ tòótọ́ ó máa wà kọ́mọ mẹ́rin kọ́ máa la nǹkankan náà kọjá kí abiyamọ yẹn má lè ṣe nǹkankan? That's what most of you are saying. How can my mother say she's a good woman and she can see what I'm going through and she's not doing anything? I know what good women will do. They will go from mountain to valley, from forest to river to ocean to every corner to find solution. But as long as you've not found solution, your mother is a witch. So they cut off from their mother, and I asked them, how long have you received these messages? One of them received her own 5 years ago, another one 6 years ago, something. Put together, let's say about a decade ago, they have received this instruction and they have cut off from their mother. I said, excuse me, beautiful ladies, since you cut off from your mother after this instruction, how many men have toasted you? How many have you said no to? How many have you been one night stand? Let them just sleep with one man, one night stand, and let them know that the jinx has been broken. How many of them? None. Nothing has changed. They have not experienced anything, and they are still holding on to say their mother is the witch that is doing them. I said, okay, now that I have this, more information, I will do more in-depth divination. So I decided to, and Ifa said they should reach out to their mom. That's the instruction they had to. I told them, no, 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 I can't do that. If you're a strong spiritualist, you should be able to do something. You should be able to X, Y, Z and ABC. I said, okay, I'm not a strong spiritualist. There is nothing in Ifa called strong spiritualist. Nobody is giving us strength and energy to measure. The only thing I can tell you is that Ifa does not lie. So they struggled with it. I guess they spoke to themselves and they felt, what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? So they reached out. Sorry, I'm looking for a particular chart so that I can read out something that somebody said. So they reached out to their mom, and one of them went to the house to see their mom, and I was connected on a call with their mom. So I was asking her questions. Ifa gave me some pointers. So I mentioned those pointers to her in the call, and she just broke down crying, and she narrated her story that she had never told any of her daughters. She said while she was a young lady, like 19, 20, 21, when she got married for the first time, she had stillbirth. In her first marriage, she had three stillbirths. She carries the baby to full term and she just doesn't birth them alive. Of course, her first husband sent her out of the house. She was 19 or 20. She married another person again and had the same experience. I think she said she had two stillbirths in that house. She left again, waited for some years, was going from one place to another. She met another man randomly who liked her. Somebody told somebody that told somebody that told the man that, this is her predicament. She's a witch. The moment she has those babies, she will eat them before they even come out alive. So she could not. Then she met somebody who told her that, there are some people I know somewhere. I will come and join them. For lack of better words in English, it was a cult. So she joined them and they said anything she wanted, they will give to her. All she just wanted was to have children in this life. To at least prove that she's not the witch that everybody says she is. To have a normal life like everybody, to ease the pain of having to experience pregnancy to full term and then still have stillbirth. So she joined and they said they were going to give her. But they told her, they said, those girls will have difficulty with pregnancy and with marriage and pregnancy and childbirth when they grow up. That's the only clause. She said it's not a problem. I just want to have children. There are normal people in life who have challenges with marriage. We will sort it out when we get it. As far as she's concerned, it's just normal challenges. Everybody is having challenges with marriage. When people have challenges with childbirth, they go to fertility clinic, Yalagbo, fertility hospital, and they have children. It's not a problem. They will sort it out. Whether the children come from you or it comes directly from Olodumare, everybody will have problem in life. Is it not true? So she decided, and then she got involved with somebody just to be able to, let her be sure. It wasn't a marriage. And she had her first daughter. And she carried the baby to full term, and the baby was born, celebrated her first birthday, and she was like, wow, I'm fine. She got married, and then she got married to the same person, and then she had her three daughters, making four. Now that future has come that they told her. They did not tell her that the girls will not see a man to say, hello, how are you doing? Come into my house, I will buy you shawarma and what do they buy these days? Shawarma and coke. Àbí kí ló máa ń fún wọn? Àwọn kíní $2 tí wọ́n ń fún gbogbo wọn tó fi ń bá wọn sùn. Or at least I'll buy you iPhone, let me take you to the club, and after then let's just get drunk and do ice cream. Lambo long. Àwọn èèyàn tí ì dé Lambo, Bobo, whatever it is. They did not even have somebody to offer them that. They could not even offer a man Indomie and egg and say, I come to my house, let me give you Indomie and egg so that we can do the do. Nothing. The mother never knew that this was what it was going to be. She had tried to reach out to one or two other people that are still in that society that they know, and everybody is saying, there's nothing they can do. Come and do this, it will not work. Come and do that, it will not work. Now, the people that saw that her mother was responsible for their predicament, did they see it right? Yes. Just like what I said, our parents are responsible for a lot of things that happen in our life. You don't need a soothsayer to tell you that. But what else did they have to say aside from that? Now, they followed what Ifa said. They reached out to their mother, gave her gifts, asked her to pray. I was on the call with them. We got this information, and then we started on the journey. And then I told her, I am also a member of an Awo, but the Awo that me I joined, Awo Fufuni, is white Awo. Ilé Ajíbọ́lá mi ò gbódò ọ̀rà. Gbanigbani ni, wọ́n gbàyàn délẹ̀ ni. Láàárín àwa ìyá àbíyè, abiyamọ ni wá. What we are standing for is for every mother to be able to reap the fruit of her labor over her children, irrespective of the choices that she has made in life. Let her live to see her children succeed. And I told her, can you join our own Awo? It's solution. I don't want you to do a second time. It's just solution. I will explain to you the reason I am giving you this as an option. And she did. And we went on a full spiritual journey for her to be able to get those things. Less than 6 months after, 2 of the ladies were married. One of them, the story was even interesting. I think it was the second sister. She was in a mall just shopping, and this elderly woman walked up to her and says, I've been looking at you. I like the way you're dressed. I like you, and I think you will make a beautiful wife for my son. Exchange number. You know, if it's me and you will both of us look at the mother like, what's wrong with this? Please, ma, I'm not interested in that. I'm not. Somebody say you make a good wife. She exchanged number. Kia. The woman will send pictures to her son, send picture. In another few weeks, the son came back from the abroad, married her, processed her visa, blah, blah, blah. That's how she became a wife. The other sister too got married. The 2 others, at the time that I lost communication with them, the 2 others were also, they were seeing somebody. And lójú ẹ̀mí ìyá wọn, àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ṣoríire, wọ́n ṣègbéyàwó. Now, look at that situation. The choice that woman made, was it a good choice? Maybe not. Did she make that choice because she wanted her daughters to suffer in this life? No. Some parents have gone through the darkest part of poverty while they were younger. And they had to make some choices of, will they sit down here and watch their children starve to death? No. People offered them things. They had to do it because of what was going on with them at the time. Those things came with consequences. They are living with the consequences. Their children are living with the consequences. Does that make them evil? No. If you went through the same thing some of your parents went through, the choices you will make will be worse. So instead of you looking at them in a way that, at least understand what is going on and find solution. Somebody else has subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. I have 100 subscription goal. We have done 31 out of 100. Please keep your subscription going. If you cannot get through on TikTok subscription, you can send a message. These things, and this is the reason. Now, when they connected to their mother, went to give her gifts, asked her to pray for them, that's how solution came. If I had told them and they're, no, I'm not listening, she's this, she's that, they will still be in that problem. If they are still alive, they will still be roaming around in singlehood, In fact, we would have come to a point where we would have given them chair lady, rich auntie of singlehood society, Atigbele Onlowo, virgin of the year. We would have given them the award. Ah, is it easy? 4 virgin in a family over the age of 30, they deserve award. That's where they will have been now. You two, you are there. They are telling you your mother is a witch. Every woman is a witch. If you're a woman and you know how to connect to the intuitive power that you have as a woman, the world will call you a witch. When your wife can sit down from somewhere, looks at that friend that followed you and said, babe, I just feel something about that guy. It's not just 3 weeks down the line, you find out that the guy was trying to dupe you. Then you look at your wife like, but how did you know? Ajeni wo isha, gbogbo alalaje. Obìnrin wo ló wà tí ò lájẹ? Àfi tí ò tí mọ̀ pé òun lájẹ. Nǹkan tó bá fàjẹ́ tiẹ̀ ṣe ló yàtọ̀. Every one of us as women, we are born with that spiritual power in us. The world, we call it witchcraft because they don't understand it. So if they tell you that your mother is a witch, yes, she's a witch. Every mother is a witch. Everybody. Èmi tí mo jókòó yìí, ibi tí mo ti gbàjẹ́ tèmi dé, you don't want to know. Those of you that follow me on my status, you see the things I do, you see the places I've been through and things I am. Forget this face, so forget this nice set of teeth and fine face and natural look that you are looking at. Let me enter into that power for you. You will see me, you will run. Oh, you cannot wait. Does that make me a wicked person? No. It just makes me a spiritually strong woman with the powers that the universe has given me. With everything I'm doing today, God forbid. Not even in the example. Ọmọ ẹnìkan wá dàgbà, wọ́n wá ní ìyá ìlàjẹ. Ẹni tó bá try ẹ̀ fún àwọn ọmọ mi, ibi tó ti ń sọ ilẹ̀ máa lanú máa gbé mi ni. Ṣàngó máa bá mi, Ṣàngó àti Ọya, wọ́n á bá mi fi àrá sán páńbi tó ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. So let's just get this thing right. Your father and your mother, they are not perfect, they are not claiming to be. They made mistakes, they made wrong choices, but they are your spiritual connection to the universe. Take it or leave it. If you know what is good for you, sit down and forgive them. Tell yourself that they are good people, they will not choose to be evil. Tell yourself whatever your head needs to hear. Forgive them. Move past it. Connect yourself to the spiritual world that you have. Some of you, your parents have passed. Even in death, you still hate them. Even in their transition, you still hate them. You still don't want to have anything to do with them. Who made you like this? Yet you are praying that ìjọ tẹ́ bá máa wọlé sùn, wọn ò ní fòkú yín ṣe òkú ẹ̀gbẹ́ títì, ẹ̀rọ ọmọ sí yín. Some of you, let me read I was reading something. I was looking for something. Let me read a chart. I think it was yesterday. One man, he's a man. So he was talking about it. Let me see here. He said, "Hi, madam. I have been told that if one's parents have a hand in one's issue, it is hard for spiritual remedy to work for that person. I would be happy if information about this is part of Sunday's discussion." So I told him, I said, it's not true. There is no such thing as if your parents are part of your predicament, solution will be hard. Please, Adrian. So I said no. He said, please, just elaborate if you have time on Sunday. This is a very personal issue to me. He says he has been passing through life as if he's living in somebody else's body. He doesn't even know his identity. A spiritualist told him that it is his parents. I recorded a voice note. Let me listen to what I said to him in the voice note. Okay, so I told him, I said, the spiritualist told you that it's your parents. I said, after telling you what the problem is, what did they prefer as a solution? he said, the solution the man gave me. Listen, the person that told him to go and cut off from his parents, that they are responsible for his problem. He said, the solution the man gave me did not work. He gave me soap with candle. He said, my mommy will die. Oh my God, that's the part of it that just got me. He gave him soap and candle that is going to unleash his mother. That is after his mother has transitioned out of this world. That's where the solution will happen. Okay, let's continue. But nothing happened. It's a long story. But the main thing is he's just living from day to day without purpose. And sometimes he asks himself, who is he? He's asking, who am I? And I said, there is answer to who you are. Who are you? The answer is in Itefa. Lord Tefa, you will find out who you are. You are walking in life as if you are living another person's body. Somebody has taken your destiny. Excuse me, sir, have you done Itefa? No. If you have done Itefa, you don't know your purpose. It doesn't matter whether your parents is doing you or your parents is not doing you, or your life is good or your life is not good. If you do not do Itefa to know the Odifa that best you cannot know yourself. There is no other shortcut to knowing yourself. The solution is there. You have not taken the step. You are sitting there in the... I don't understand. He said, I said, have you done Itefa? He said, no. We have spoken about it before, but the money is the issue. So we ended the conversation like that. Now, what I wanted to tell you was that somebody gave him soap and water and candle so that his mother can leave this world, so that the child can succeed. Because according to the person, the mother and the child cannot live in this world together and succeed. I like the fact that he did not even do it at the time that the woman was already destined to live. Because if he has done it, this guy would have said, that spiritualist is powerful. But as Olodumare, we have it. And the way Olodumare used to shame liars, he shamed them. My question is, the guy should have gone back to that man. Because I don't understand. He collected money from you. And he promised you, use this and use that. You should go back to him and say, okay, I've used the soap and candle. Nothing happened. But no, you will not be able to go back there. You will not be able to go back there. It is my own DM that you will, it is people like me that I'm being very friendly and everything. It's my DM that you come and you be saying, the money you're charging for IFA is too much. And we read in history that Babalawos are supposed to be poor. Story for another day. Somebody was telling me that those of you that are giving you knowledge and real life solution, the money we are charging you is too much. But the people that are collecting money from you and they say XYZ will happen, ABC did not even happen, not to talk of XYZ. You cannot go back to them and meet them. He's still here roaming around in circles. Yet the Baba that collected money from him and said his parents is the problem and is going to unleave them, the Baba is still there. He's not in the Baba's DM. He's in my own DM asking me to come and teach. You see that the color of you people's problem is like blue, black. Onjo dudu, onjo pupa, die. You see that you are the one that is allowed anyway. Can we come to the conclusion of this class? Because we are teaching an obvious thing. I'm feeling like I'm teaching nursery students in IFA college. These are things that we teach to IFA college kids. IFA studies for kids. These are the first things that we teach them. The importance of their parents, the importance of their ori, the importance of their owo, the significance of their aya, the significance of their essay, the significance of their oju, the significance of their eti. We teach them these things in IFA studies for kids from age 5. So as I'm teaching right now, I'm feeling like I'm talking to children because I don't understand how these things. Please, I beg you for one thing. Disassociate yourself. Release yourself from the bond of religion. Take it away. Unlearn all those things. Let it go. Tell religion to free you. Let it free your mind and your head so that you can see basic things clearly. I'm going to give you another experience. It's personal experience to me. And let me say this before I share this. It takes a lot of strength to be vulnerable. It takes a lot of strength to share certain things. But I have realized that every experience of my life was not about me alone. It's about me and millions of other people that will cross paths with me directly or indirectly while I'm here and long after I have left. We believe that YouTube would always be there. My videos will always be on YouTube for people to watch. IFA College will always be there. Documentation of my life journey would always be there for people to learn long after. Now, while I was growing up, like so many other girls, I experienced abuse, sexual abuse, and it came from a parent. And the abuse went beyond me to other girls around me from a parent. In fact, my brother, my only biological sibling, cut off from my parents because of that. Totally, he wrote this long epistle of I disown you as a father, blah, 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 blah. And he stopped having any communication with him. Now, I would also tell you this. If you know me as a business person, if you know me as an entrepreneur, 90% of what I do in business, at the moment, to the glory of Olodumare, with the help of my father and my mother, I have my company as a group of companies, Dami Ewa Brand Group, registered in 6 different countries on 4 different continents. And when I say business, IFA College is not one of them. It is not a business. Ewa Herbs is not one of them. It is not a business. It's a calling. Now, how I learned to be financially independent, financially strong, the strength that I have, the courage that I have to face any and everything, being a single mother, single-handedly raising 5 children over the last 10 years and more. I learned all those things. I took all those things from my father, literally. He was the one that taught me these things. But he is also the same person with which I and so many other young girls around me at that age experienced those things. Does it make anybody happy? No. I had to go through therapy for years while I was in the US, even while I was in Lagos, to heal from those things. But you know one thing I tell people, I love my father to stupor. You will never see me, you will never hear me use past tense for my parents. African spirituality, Isheshe and Ifa, we do not believe in death. People don't die. They transition from one point to another. Now, my parents have transitioned. They are the strongest spiritual authority that I have. I might not be able to explain to you in clear terms, but the backing that I have from my father and my mother on this journey is compared to nothing else. I recognize it. I can sit down and tell myself, people ask me, how did you forgive? It is not my capacity to forgive. I'm not the one to forgive. I just had to tell myself that I knew my father. He was a good man. He sacrificed a lot to send me through the best schools, even when it wasn't convenient. He taught me real life things. He was my first business partner. I said it in my story when I talked about my life journey. While I was a student in Babcock University, in that year, it was against school rules and regulations to buy and sell things. My father was the one that gave me strategy of how I would sell things in school and make money, shitload of money. I made money to the point that when my brother was relocating from Nigeria to study as an undergraduate in University of Delhi, I was the one that paid the school fees, that gave him money. My parents did not know. That was the money I was making from Bapo. My father was the reason that that business thrived. Then you now tell me that that man deliberately did what he did. He could not have deliberately done it. It did not make sense. He couldn't have done it deliberately. It was when I started to speak to him later on in life that I found out that he had a psychological problem. And at that time, he could not reach out to anybody for help. He was not proud of what he was doing. He didn't want to do it. I had to come to terms with it before my father passed. I spoke to him. And he broke down in tears. He told me so many things. As an adult going through mental and psychological health journey right now, I found out certain things. People legit have this psychological imbalance. Some of them is spiritual. Some of them is their own parents that offended somebody. Tí wọ́n fẹ́ fi ọmọ, tí wọ́n fẹ́ tibi ọmọ, tí wọ́n fẹ́ fi pa wọ́n lẹ́kún, tí wọ́n ní kí àwọn ọmọ wọn máa ṣìṣe káàkiri. It was hard. I'm still healing. But I told myself, my daddy will not deliberately do that. So I cannot shortchange myself on the good things that I'm supposed to get from them spiritually. I can complain to the world that he did this, my father did this. Am I complaining to the world of the attributes, the talent, the strength, and the things that I learned from him? No, I will not complain to them. I will not say, my father was a bad person. He sent me to Babcock University. My father was a bad person. He encouraged me to do business. He cannot be that same man who taught me when I was going into school, into uni. My father told me something. He said, you will get to school. Guys will come and give you money. They want to be your boyfriend. You see that boy that is in your school, the money he's spending is his father's money. He's not working for the money. So the same way he's spending his father's money, you can also call home to collect money from your own daddy. So don't let any boy deceive you with his daddy's money. It is his daddy's money. You too can collect money from your own daddy. You have daddy. That was where I learned the basic thing about there is nothing a man can come and dangle in front of me that is going to. He told me, said there is no money a man can make that a woman cannot make. Until the day they start to make currency and they say for men only. If a man can make it, you can make it. He taught me that while I was a teenager. The person that built me like that, you will now tell me that the wrong side of him that he showed me or the things that he did to me that hurt me, he did it on purpose. It does not add up in my head. I don't know how any other person chooses to see it. It just doesn't add up in my head. So we had that conversation that day. And I told him, I was like, but you should have reached out to someone to help you. I knew something was wrong. That's not you. It doesn't look like you. He passed on a few years after. But where he is right now, Yorùbá ní òkú ọlọ́mọ ò kì í sùn. When you pass on and you leave children in this world, you do not rest in peace. You are wide awake, reaching out to connect to your children. I have seen them connect with me 1,000,001 ways physically. See, don't even ask me how. I'm not here to explain to you how. The benefits that I enjoy as to having both of my parents at the other side of life is more than what I could have enjoyed if they were here with me. As much as I miss them, I enjoy them better in the side of life where they are, where they have a better understanding of everything that is happening right now. And they can support. They might not have been able to support me in this lifetime if I was doing IFA, because we are from a Christian family. My mother was a Deeper Life member up until the time she passed. My father was a Christian. They could not have supported me in IFA. My younger brother was the first person that went into IFA. That's like what? Over a decade ago, like 12, 13, 14 years ago. I knew the way my mother reacted when he heard that my brother started doing Orisha. I knew the way I used to see him too. So if they were still be here, I might not have been able to do this work the way I'm doing it, because I would try to choose between how would they feel? Will this hurt them? Let me be hiding and doing it. But Olodumare knew that they were more beneficial to me in that side of life, and they did not die. Let me just tell you, I don't know about you, but my own parents did not die, and people do not die in the sense where you talk about it as an end. Nothing, the only thing that ends journey is this physical body, and this physical body is not you. The spirit that inhabits that body, who you are, does not end. It just transitions. And you know how interesting it is? When I did my Ishefa, the Orisha that was assigned to me was Egungun. Egungun is the Orisha of the ancestors. I was not surprised because I value my ancestors more than anything. Even before I came into Ifa, I understood that. Because the life that you are living is a summation of all of them. You carry a bit of all of them. You are an extension of all of them. So when they said it was Egungun, I was not surprised. And I will tell you, the battles that the two of them are fighting for me in that side of life. Usually, before Ifa even says, go and give gifts, I have literal dreams when my parents will show up and they will say, give us money. There was this particular one that I cannot forget. I saw the two of them in one of our old houses. And my dad was asking me for money. And I'm like, I don't have money. I have a lot of bills to pay. And my mom said, that whatever it is, just give. Then my daddy said, but I know how much is in your account. I was like, dude, you are still looking through my account from here. Like, what is it? But you just concluded a business transaction and you know how much you made. I said, okay, that's true. What do you want? How much do you want? Whatever it is that you give us. And I told them, I said, see, I did not plan to give you people this money, but I will give you people. Please make sure that you use this money judiciously, and whatever it is, I use the word invest this money judiciously. And whatever interest that comes from it, give me times 6 of the money that I gave you. And they said, okay. It was a dream. And I woke up and I called my Oluwa. I said, I want to do Sarah for my parents. My Oluwa said, that was Osefa. I said, we just did a divination for you now, Sef. And they said that, you should give Ebo to Egungun. Make sure that you give something to your father and mother. I said, they told me themselves this morning. And I did it. I gave them a certain amount. Let's take, for example, I gave them 100K to do the thing. I just sent to my Olu. I said, use it, all this money, use it for what you want to do. It was in the morning. It was afternoon, the time where I wasn't in Nigeria. It was in the morning, Nigerian time. And they did it. Less than 24 hours after, a client called me and she was like, Sister Ewa. She calls me Sister Ewa. You see that thing you said that day? I told my husband to try it for his business. Then I used to teach a lot of spiritual tips. And my husband tried it. And it worked. He got the contract, this and this and that. He wants to give him money. And she gave me exactly 600,000 naira as gift. Exactly times 6 of the money. I sat down and I smiled. I looked at the two of them with the eyes of my mind and I was like, oh, wow, you guys actually did it. That's the kind of relationship I have with my own mommy and my daddy. And yes, my daddy hurt me. He did. But you see, it does not change the fact that because I cannot connect to somebody else's biological father and mother spiritually like this. Whose mommy and daddy? Is it your mommy you want to borrow me? Is it your daddy that has not seen it before that you want to borrow me? Or is it your pastor you want to? Because some of you have replaced your father and your mother with your pastor and your daddy Gio. Continue. Ẹ má worry. Alẹ́ ni ọlọ́mbrẹ́là yín máa mọ̀ pé ẹrù lòún lù. Ó dalẹ́. Ìgbẹ̀yìn ló máa ń dun lóko àdá. Díẹ̀ ló kù. Ẹ̀yin náà fẹ́ di ancestor ẹnìkan sìn. Don't worry. You see that umbrella you carried in the morning doing shiko. When it's night time and there's no rain and sun, that's when you know that it's load you have been carrying since morning. Continue. Spiritual father has become your parents are there in the village. You are in Lagos. Pastor is driving 2025 model of Benz. You are still giving him money. I'm not saying you should not give your pastor money. so that they will not say is one IYANIFA that say he should not bring money to church. But please, what have you given to your mommy and your daddy? I'm a woman and I know a lot of women don't want to hear this. You are collecting money from your man. He's taking care of you. He's doing everything. You are not allowing him to take care of his mother. Ó dẹ̀ fẹ́ jèrè àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n bí. Ó dẹ̀ fẹ́ jèrè àwọn ọmọ tó bí. And you don't want your husband to take care of his own father and his own mother. Ó dẹ̀ fẹ́ jèrè ọmọ. Don't worry. Díẹ̀ ló kù. You soon realize that the end of the road is the junction. Ibi tó parí sí nìyẹn. Close. Ibi tí ilé parí sí nìyẹn. Tẹ́ bá ti dé close kò sọ́nà ń bẹ̀ mọ́. Ẹ ní pẹ́ dé close yẹn sìn. I just hope you people understand. I just hope you understand these things we are saying. Go and forgive your parents. Whichever style that works for you. Hey, yeah, thank you for tapping. No, it means I'm tapping here. As you people are tapping. I have another phone here that we're using to tap. So forgive them for whatever it is they've done. Some of them will realize. African parents are designed to realize they made mistakes, but they will not want to say sorry. African parents, that's what they are. But forgive them for yourself. Some of them, they don't deserve the forgiveness. It's true. Forgive them for yourself, because the spiritual connection that you have with the universe through your parents cannot be replaced. Yoruba will tell us pé òrìṣà bí ìyá kò sí láyé. There is no òrìṣà in this world that is like your mother. And the only reason you can have a mother is because you have a father. I know your father abandoned you. He did not accept the pregnancy of your mother. He threw you out in the street. Those that are dealing with him are dealing with him already. You think somebody can do that to a mother and a child, and the powers that be will not deal? Àwọn tó máa fìyà jẹ tí ń fìyà jẹ tẹ́lẹ̀, ó máa bẹ̀rù embody. He cannot escape that part. You don't worry. Those that are going to deal with him are going to deal with him. It's normal. I taught you about Egbe not last week, 2 weeks ago. I taught you about Egbe Kori, Egbe Omode. I taught you that Òrìṣà Ewe is the one in charge of Egbe Kori. Òrìṣà Ewe àti Egbe Kori will deal with any man that abandoned a pregnant woman carrying his child in him, abandoned them and went, then come back 25 years later and say, this is my child, when the girl is getting her word. Òrìṣà Ewe wọ́n máa fi ìyà jẹ ní ayé yìí, wọ́n máa gbọ́ lọ́run. Ẹgbẹ́ Kórì, ẹgbẹ́ ayé, ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀run máa deal pẹ̀lú wọn. You don't worry. Those that are going to deal with him will deal with him. But your own place is to connect with. The moment you find that father, after 25 years, sit down and ask him what happened. Daddy, what really happened? I want to hear from you. That's why I love this movie that, what's her name? Mercy Aigbe. This is her new movie on Netflix. I was in the cinemas that time. What's the title of that movie? Ada Omodadi. I love the storyline of that movie. At least I love the fact that somebody is bringing out a narrative of not, you abandoned the child, you're not allowed to be here, we don't want to see you. That's not what it is. If you have not seen that movie, this is not a paid advert. But if you have not seen that movie, please go and see it and understand what I'm saying. Hear them out. Your mommy, your daddy that abandoned you, hear them out. Sometimes their story might make sense. Sometimes it might not make sense. It's okay. That doesn't mean you should not recognize the parents that actually walked you through life, who are not biological, single mothers, the husband that your mommy married eventually, that took you as a child, did everything for you. You are not replacing them. Those people hold a special place in your life. Òrìṣà Ewe will bless them. Egbe Kori will support everything they are doing. Your Ori, your own Ori, the Ori of your other siblings that they took in, the Ori of your mother will bless that man. Ìyẹn ti sure you. But he cannot replace your biological father. And men out there, that's not to tell you that you can go and be doing spam donor up and down and say, nobody can take the spiritual load of your children in your life. Nobody can take it in total. But for every choice you make to be irresponsible, two things, Orisha Ewe, Egbe Kori, they will deal with you in this life. The people in heaven will hear. Ẹ kọ àṣẹ síbẹ̀, ẹ ṣe àṣẹ sí, àdúrà ni mo ṣe, mi ò ṣe pé. Ẹ ṣàṣẹ síbẹ̀, wọ́n pọ̀ ń ta. Yes, you are the spiritual connection of your parents, but abandon them. It will happen to you. Kò síbi tẹ́ fẹ́ kọ́ sí, kò síbi tẹ́ fẹ́ rí bí ti sí. Ẹrù yín ni ẹ máa rù, ẹ̀yin lẹ ní. But the children, don't allow the wrong choices that they've made. I mean, you have suffered physically from those wrong choices that they made. Don't continue to suffer spiritually by cutting yourself up from that source that you belong to. That's what I did. Physically, did I suffer from that? Did I watch my mom suffer from that? Yes, I did. Did it hurt me and pain me? Yes, it did. But I will not continue to suffer spiritually because I'm what? I'm fighting someone that has died. Someone that has passed. Sorry. I'm fighting someone that has passed. What do I want to say? God should punish him in the other side of life. What if there's no punishment in the other side of life? But in that other side of life, he has spiritual powers that he can use to support me here. In fact, he owes me. That's what every time I pray and I call my ancestors, particularly my father, because of everything that happened, you owe me more than my mommy. You owed. My mommy has done a lot for me in this life. She loved me genuinely with her heart, and she did not hurt me that kind of way. You have to make it up to me. So you see, part of you making it up to me in this month, my target is $100 million. Make it happen. It sounds funny, right? That's the way I do my own spirituality. Real life, practical. I tell the two of them, you people did not live long to take care of your grandchildren. My friends, I have a friend, her mother is the one that is literally raising her children. She and her husband are just jiving all over the world. You people are not here to take care of my children. Spiritually take care of them. Don't let everything you can do as their grandparents in that side of life, do it. I'm connecting with you spiritually. I give Sarah to you people regularly. I give Ebo to Egungun on your behalf and behalf of all the other people that has gone. There was another dream I had at some point while we wrap this up. My mom's younger sister passed on not too long after my mom passed, but that her younger sister, she was never married and she never had kids, but she passed on at the age of 50. So I had a dream that I was at a party. There was a full house party. Then outside, we were making small chops and asun and all those things. So I just came outside, talking to people. Then I saw my mom and my dad pass not too long after that dream. The two of them, hand in hand, walking. They didn't come to me to ask for anything. Then they told my auntie that, go and meet Dami, that she's the one that's been giving us money and giving us food. So my auntie came and she was my favorite aunt. She was not like, Dami, is not fair. And we used to be very close. You're not even giving me anything. So I said, okay, just take anything you want here. Take food, pack it along. I told people to really stack up a lot of things for her. Take away, pack everything. She ate, she was full, we gisted. And then she took those bags and she left. Immediately I woke up. I told my Olu, I said, please, as I'm doing Sarah for my mom and my daddy in future, please include this, my auntie. She does not have children. Nobody is remembering her. She comes from a family of Christians. They don't remember the dead. They don't do Sarah. They don't give anything. Please add her in case I forget. She has become my spiritual responsibility. And I tell her to, you are my favorite auntie when you are alive. I know the things that you used to do for me, the things we used to do together. We would just come up with business ideas and everything. It cannot end there. It will continue at that side. If you see any business opportunity around, direct it towards me the best way you can. Tell me where the business opportunity is. Let's continue this journey. Some of you, if you dream and you see your parents in this, you are going to pass. Daddy, you. I saw my father. You don't understand. You don't understand. I don't understand. Like, I do not understand. The same people that you used to eat and sleep with and you are happy with in this side of life, then they transition to another side of life and they become ghosts and they are scary. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? You have forgotten that you two will transition one day and you might want to reach out to your children. You two will now, you now become ghosts. Your children will now be calling you ghosts. Oh, God. Can people use the form and image of your parents? Wow, I love this beautiful flower. Can people use the form of your parents to channel negativity towards you? Why do you have three clothes on? Or your sister? Why are you putting on three clothes? Okay. So some people can take the physical form of your parents and want to channel negativity towards you. It's possible. So if you have not established a good relationship with your parents after they passed, you seeing them in your dream the way I do might not be the first sign of, oh, something good. You need to ask. When you ask and if I says, oh, it's somebody that is manipulating using their phone to do this, you deal with that. And if Ifa says, oh, they want you to do something for them, do it. Start to create that relationship. It's a blessing when you have parents that have passed. Oh, you don't understand. It's like your mommy leaves Nigeria and travels abroad, and now she's earning 1,000 times the money that she's earning here. And she used to love you when she was here, even if she did not love you. Now she's earning more money and she sees other um, parents in the abroad, how they are taking care of their children. Won't they take care of you? She will take care of you now. That's the same thing. They have come to a place where they have more spiritual insight, more knowledge, more power, more freedom. They are not limited by this physical body again. They have more freedom to do things. And they are reaching out to you to be able to connect with you. Pastor told you that their ghost is the one that is doing you. Kò sí wàhálà. Pastor yẹn òun gan fẹ́ transition sí. Ó fẹ́ kú sí. Àwọn children they will be using fire and candle to run after his ghost. Rest in peace. Spirit ẹ ò lè rest in peace kankan. Àwọn aláìní nǹkan ṣe. So we have gradually come to the end of this. Before we do, please, if you have any question that pertains to what I said, that pertains to this teaching, any question, any contribution, Pastor will say back to sender. After he has said back to sender, then he will open his eyes and you will see that he's still beside him. Ẹrù ẹ̀ ni òun ló máa rò, òun ló máa rò, òun ló dì, òun ló máa rò. Back to sender, ó ṣiṣẹ́ tì ní situation yẹn. Tó bá ti ṣe, everybody that is saying back to sender, he will now open his eyes, he will see meet it beside him. It will be there. It's not going anywhere. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Your first time here. Oh my goodness, I love first time viewers. Let me follow you and I would introduce our team to you. So we should be remembering the dates they passed. Yeah, you could. There's really nothing about the dates when it comes to spirituality. But there's so much about the place where their body was laid. I did a video explaining, come, turn it on. Turn it on. I did a video explaining how burial takes place in Yoruba culture back in the day where burial takes place. You are new here. Thank you. I will follow you and reach out to you. Thank you very much for joining. Please follow this page and this other page. You can also add me on WhatsApp. I just posted the WhatsApp number using my other page, IYANIFA Ewa, the backup page. Please follow IYANIFA Ewa page. Social media platforms are very funny. They are very volatile. Anything can happen anytime. We are still trying to recover from the one that happened to us on Instagram and TikTok. On Instagram and Facebook. And TikTok has been awesome. We pray we do not experience that with TikTok. But please follow that TikTok page, IYANIFA Ewa Herbs. Right. And then add us on WhatsApp. I do a lot of teachings on my WhatsApp status. Things that we cannot talk about here, WhatsApp allows us to share more things that we can't share openly here. So you can reach out. So if you have any question, hey, somebody said something about, so you can remember the dates. Yeah, remember the place they were buried is a significant part of Yoruba burial. So back in the day when burial was done in Yoruba land, once the person passes, they wash the body, they do the oro to wash the body. They People are outside eulogizing, singing praises, wailing, crying, all of those good stuff. Then in the passage, the walkway of the house, they put they wrap the body in white clothes. They wrap the body for ease of carrying. Then they put three mortars, odo, mortar that they used to pound, one, two, three, on the floor in the passage of the house to be able to place the body there. And everybody is saying, they are all singing and dancing. You are new here, okay, I would respond with the WhatsApp number. They are all singing, dancing, all of that, all of that. Once that process is gone, they bury the person inside the house, either in the living room or in the person's room inside the house. In Yoruba culture, we do not bury our loved ones outside. We did not have cemeteries. The idea of cemetery came with Western culture. We did not have cemetery. We buried our people in the house, and nobody was scared. Somebody should please come. Nobody was scared. In fact, it was an avenue for the children. Somebody should come here. It was an avenue for the children to be able to connect with their parents. Now, on the third day, on the third day after the person has passed, Yoruba culture believes that the spirit resurrects on the third day. Right. You see where the idea of third day resurrection comes. Yoruba spirituality, Yoruba culture believes that it happens to everybody. So on that third day, they do what they call oro ibole. So they have seven virgin boys, five girls, depends on the gender, the figure switches. The person, they are there, they are praying, they are eulogizing, they are doing all their rituals and sacrifice and everything. Then they will get a calabash like this. This one is longer, but they will get a calabash. This is what a calabash looks like. They will get a calabash. They will call the name of the person three times and break the calabash. One man sọ pé wọ́n fọ́ igbá ẹni yẹn. So by that, we have released the person from this life. The calabash of that person has been broken. The person is no longer in this side of life. They believe that the person's spirit has been released out of the body to go. Now, that place the person was buried was their last touch on earth. So it's sacred. Then a family member will walk out through the passage covered with white, representing, thank you, Mr. Dave and Valerie, thank you, representing the spirit of the person, and then will walk out through the passage or the walkway in the house and then go out. And we believe that their spirit has ascended to join their ancestors. Now, they would always come back to that point where their body was laid to communicate with their people. That's why if any of their children are going through anything, the IFA priest, the elders in the village and in the community, we tell them to go back to where their parents were buried, to make prayers there, to do iwuri there, to talk to them, to cry to them, to speak to them. And we find people in the Western world, they do the same thing. One shake. We don't need to come here and be talking about how they took a lot of these practices from us. They saw the significance. More than share. So please, the people that told us to go back and connect with your parents, go and talk to them at the place where they are buried. They did not say whether your parents were perfect or not. It doesn't matter. So we have come to the concluding part of this. So in conclusion, let me say it. I hope with these few points of mine, I have been able to convince you and not confuse you that our parents are significant in the journey of our life. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, co-debaters, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, and everybody on the live stream. Have I been able to convince you and not confuse you? Let me know. What I said today didn't make sense. Brownie B, I've been looking for you. That what happened in Sweden today? Is everything okay in Sweden? I've not seen my sister. Yes, I've been able to convince you. Okay, I'm not the one that convinced you. Is Ifa o? Odrifa was the one that said it. O two Odrifa, Ogbe Okonran, and Odrifa. What's the second one? What's the second Odrifa that we picked it out from? Odrifa Ogbe Okonran. You are supposed to write it down so that you can go back and read it. Don't just sit down here and take my word for it. Go back and read it. That thing that you used to do in church, that you just carry Bible, listen to Sunday school. After then, you have closed it until next week Sunday. Don't come and do it here. We don't do that in Ifa. We study and we learn in Ifa. So Odrifa Ogbe Okonran and Odrifa Otura Orire. Go and read it and see what Ifa says about the role of your parents in your life. For those of us that are just joining, Odrifa Ogbe Okonran says that ìyá ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni, bàbá ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni, orí ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni, ifá ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni. Ìṣẹ̀ṣe là ń bọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ká tó bọ ẹbọra. In that hierarchy, your mother is your ìṣẹ̀ṣe. Your ìṣẹ̀ṣe is your connection to the divine, your connection to the spirituality, your practice of spirituality. That's your ìṣẹ̀ṣe. Your mother is your ìṣẹ̀ṣe. Your father is your ìṣẹ̀ṣe. Your ori is your ìṣẹ̀ṣe. Before you come to Ifa, in that hierarchy, that's what Ifa says. Odrifa Otura Orire talked about Orunmila and 4 of his children. 3 of them decided to ignore their father. They didn't take their father seriously because they felt that man is not worth it. Shebi we too, we saw him make mistakes in life. How can we follow his instruction? How can we take him seriously? The only one that did is the only one that the Odu of blessings that he sends, the 2 Odu, that child was the only one that they revealed themselves to and could benefit from the Odu. The other 3, Orumila's children, no, the other 3 did not benefit from it. And Ifa says, it doesn't matter who your father is or the kind of person he is, you cannot benefit from this if you do not honor them, connect with them, and pay homage to them. That's what we learned today. So those of you that your parents have, those of you that they've told you in church or in mosque, anywhere, that your mother is a witch, because of that, cut off from her. I'm telling you to go back and ask Ifa. Ask Ifa the question and be sure what's happening. Yes, the choices that they made might have been responsible for what you're experiencing now in life, but your solution is not cutting off from them. In fact, your solution comes in connecting with them so that they are also able to align you with the solution from the problem that they created. If your father's house, if I can instruct you sometimes to leave your father's house, to leave a certain environment, it could be your father's house, it could be your mother's house, it could be your village. Yes. If I can even instruct you to leave America and go to Ghana, because that's where you are going to succeed at this time, it could be anywhere. Some of you being in the same physical space with your parents might be mentally, emotionally, psychologically life-threatening. Yes, you should take yourself out of that space, but that doesn't mean that they are no longer your connection spiritually. Nothing can change that. No matter how many spiritual parents, adopted parents, and guardians you have, wonderful people, they will receive their blessings from it. They cannot take the place of your spiritual parents. Finally, those of you that your parents have passed on to the other side, take advantage of that connection you have. Don't let them turn your mommy to ghosts. You are seeing them, you are scared. Yeah. Find out from Ifa that nobody is manipulating their form to do anything evil. As long as that's not the case, connect with them regularly. Thank you very much for having me today. If you are just joining and you are not able to connect with the previous with the earlier today. We started at 12, so we've had about 2.5 hours. There's going to be a replay on my YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is IYANIFA Ewa TV. There's a link in the bio that takes you to YouTube. If you have not subscribed, you want to subscribe so that you can learn the Iwure. You can join IFA College. IFA College is the soon to be first accredited University of IFA and Yoruba studies in the whole wide world. Let me say it the way my children say it. In the whole wide world. Yes, that is what we are working towards. We've started taking steps and we need support and volunteers. Yeah, this is the point where I asked for. We are building an app for the school and for Odrifa. We are building an app for Odrifa where you can access all the Odrifas pertaining to different areas of your life. But we need support and volunteers. Please, we need support and volunteers. We need support and volunteers. If you are an IT expert and your skills can be useful at the IFA College, can be useful in making the apps. You have skills in marketing, you have skills in PR and advertising. You have resources that you know you can support us with in any way. We are not asking for money. Read my lips. I'm not coming here to solicit for money. That's not to mean that if you want to support financially, you cannot. But I would rather you support with other material resources, with your skills, your connections. You know this person here that can be useful for us. You know people in the media that can talk about IFA College on a blast. You know, you are able to, you have a community of IFA entities and devotees. You can share the link of IFA College in your space for people to learn. At the moment, we have 6 courses at the IFA College. We have Yoruba Studies, where we learn Yoruba language, Yoruba literature. We learn that. And then we have IFA Studies, where we learn about the spiritual side of IFA, about our orishas and all of that. Now, these 2 courses is available for both adults and children. So we have Yoruba Studies for kids, we have IFA Studies for kids too, and we have them for adults. If you are interested, send a message via WhatsApp or send a DM, a direct message. Send a message via WhatsApp. I would include the WhatsApp message in your reply now. Then I would also post the WhatsApp number and I will tag it. That is IYANIFA Ewa page. That's also my page. I have pinned the WhatsApp number. Add up the WhatsApp number and follow that IYANIFA Ewa page. Please follow that page. It's a backup page. Follow that page. So we also have another course, Orisha Herbalism and Traditional Medicine. This is where we learn the use of herbs in our traditional medicine as given to our orishas. Now, you study that course. I am a certified traditional medicine practitioner in Nigeria. I'm a member of the Nigerian Association of Medical Herbalists. As a certified, licensed traditional medicine practitioner, we are backed up by the Ministry of Education. What you learn at IFA College is not just agbo that you are making by the side. No, we will take you through the process of learning how to join the associations, how to produce your own herbal medicine to the point that your products get approved by NAFDAC, like my own and so many other people that has passed through the group. But it is coming from the knowledge that was given to our orishas. Then we have Oshun Fertility and Midwifery that takes care of reproductive health for both male and female and everything that has to do with fertility, pregnancy, childbearing, motherhood, and every beautiful thing in between, as given to Orisha Oshun, the Orisha for motherhood and fertility. And then we have Erindilogun Studies. That is where I teach you on how to do the cowrie shells divination. In Ifa, we have different forms of divination. Àwọn olóríṣà, owó ẹyọ ló ń lò. Ọ̀rúnmìlà first gave it to Oshun to do her divination. That's what we learn in Erindilogun Studies. Then we have a short course, IFA and Computer Science, IFA and Computer Studies. What is the relationship between IFA and Computer Studies? What's the relationship between the binary in IFA and the binary in computer studies? What is the relationship between the algorithm that takes place in these two places? It's a short course. It's just a 6 week course. And then as the year goes by, as the days go by, we'll be adding new courses. So you want to register at the IFA College, send a message via WhatsApp. We have a website, yes, and most people wonder why I don't give you the website straight. That's because I need to first of all interact with you before you join the IFA College. You need to understand what we do there. I need to know what your expectation is, why you want to join. We are not just after go and register and pay money. No, which is why I say send a message to the admission office. There has to be some interactions here and there. Then we give you the website. You go there, you pick your course, you register. And our classes are flexible. It's online, please. It's a purely online school. The reason we created that online is so that everybody, irrespective of your time zone, irrespective of your work, your way of life, you are able to learn about IFA. The person that said I'm interested, I've responded to you with the WhatsApp number. Hold on. I think let me see. I wanted to reply the WhatsApp number, but TikTok will not allow me to reply. So I've pinned the WhatsApp number again. Send a message or send a DM. Right. So yeah, what was I saying? So register at the IFA College. You make payments, you register. Classes are flexible, yes. That was what I was saying. Classes are flexible. Once you make payments, you log into your class anytime you want. You pause your class anytime you're busy. Continue your class again. There's no deadline. This is for you to be able to learn. Nobody is putting you under any stress. Very flexible. So those of you that are new here, this is IYANIFA Ewa. I'm the founder of IFA College. Olodumare gave this assignment to me, and I've received the support of a host of other people. At the moment, we have 41 different elders. That includes Babalawos, IYANIFAs, Babalorisha, Iyalorisha, àwọn ìyá àgbẹ̀bí, àwọn eléwé ọmọ, àwọn lékúlẹ́jà, different capacities that we are, and we are running this dream and this vision to reality. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Thank you very much for joining. For those of you that are just joining, every Sunday we are here, 12 noon Nigerian time, which is 11 a.m. GMT. That is for those in Ghana and the UK, 3 p.m. for those of you in Dubai. And right now it is 7 a.m. EST, right? The time has changed today. So 7 a.m. EST. And if you miss it, there's always a replay on my YouTube channel, IYANIFA Ewa TV. Let's go to our ìwúre. Ká tó ṣe ìwúre, ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ ṣèbà akọ́dá. Akọ́dá ayé ìbà o, aṣẹ̀dá ayé ìbà. Ìbà tí wáyé ọjọ́, ìbà tí wọ̀ oòrùn. Elédùmarè ọba aládé àlàáfíà àṣèbà. Atẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé àṣèbà. Ọ̀kan ṣoṣo tó di gbogbo ilé ayé ró, tó ṣẹ̀dá gbogbo nǹkan tó wà nínú ayé yìí, àṣèbà, a ní kí bà wá ṣẹ. Sorry, let me be able to see. All right. Àṣèbà, a ní kí bà wá ṣẹ. Ìbà Jagunmalè, Olúwo òde ọ̀run, àṣèbà. Ìbà Olúbíkin, àṣèbà. Àṣèbà ọlọ́kọ̀ tó wà wá wá sáyé, ìbà ìyá wa, ìbà bàbá wa, àṣèbà. It is not for Nigerians only, it's for everybody everywhere. Ìbà yín ìyá mi Ọ̀pàkẹ́ Àlàkẹ́, àwọn alágogo idẹ, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ẹlẹ́yẹ, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi òṣòròmọ̀nìgà, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi tó dúró lórí ẹsẹ̀ kan tó ń bẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ méjì jà, ẹ̀yin ọlọ́mú kan tó ń fún gba ọmọ ọlọ́mú, ẹ̀yin ọlọ́jà gbọ̀rọ̀gbọ̀rọ̀ tó di ọmọ ẹ̀rú gbágbágbá, àṣèbà yín o, ẹ̀yin olókìkí òru, àṣèbà yín. Mo ṣèbà onílé mi ògbódò ọ̀rà, mo ṣèbà Jíbọ́lá, mo ṣèbà gbogbo agbára tó dilé ayé ró, àṣèbà ọ, a ní kí bà wá ṣẹ. Àṣèbà orí, àṣèbà ẹlẹ́dàá, àṣèbà ṣẹ̀dá, àṣèbà gbogbo agbára tá a fi ń jẹ́ èèyàn, àṣèbà. Mo ṣèbà gbogbo orí tí ó wà níbí. Olúwo ni yín ni o, babaláwo ni yín ni o, ìyá lórìṣà, bàbá lórìṣà, àṣèbà yín. Àṣèbà olúwo, àṣèbà pènà, àṣèbà gbogbo àwọn ìyá àbíyè, àṣèbà yín o, a ní kí bà wá ṣẹ. Wọ́n lọ́mọdé tó wọlé tó júbà òun ló máa roko dalẹ̀. Àwa ti wọlé lénìí a ti ṣèbà wa, ó di dandan ká roko dalẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo ojú tó pé sórí live streaming yìí, mo ṣèbà yín o, ẹ jẹ́ kí bà mí ṣẹ. Olúwo wa àsápè ọlà àṣèbà yín, alábẹ́nú àsásí ògbé màálù mi tiwotiwo àṣèbà yín o, a ní kí bà wá ṣẹ o. A ṣèwúre fún ọjọ́ òní, ọ̀sẹ̀ tuntun la bẹ̀rẹ̀ lénìí, wọ́n ní ojúmọ́ kan kì í mọ́ kí balùwẹ̀ má gbore. Bá a ṣe ń jí ní ojúmọ́ títí ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí á fi parí, a máa gbore ojoojúmọ́ ni láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n lójúmọ́ kan kì í mọ́ kákìtàn má gbore. Bá a ṣe ń jí tá à ń fojú rí ojúmọ́ títí ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí á fi jádélẹ̀, ire la máa rí. Wọ́n ní ire lójú owó ń rí, ojú owó kankan ò rí bi rí, ojú wa ò ní rí bi láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ire báyìí òun la máa rí. Wọ́n lọ́wọ́ méjèèjì báyìí ló fi ń gbé ọmọ gẹ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀, ọmọ aráyé á máa gbé yín gẹ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ ni. Àtọ̀tún àtòsí báyìí tẹ́yẹlé fi ń kóre wá ló fi máa kóre ajé, ire owó, ire ọlá, ire ọlà fún yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní àfẹ́ kárí ayé báyìí òun látẹ́gùn fẹ́, àrùn kárí ayé báyìí lòòrùn ràn. Ògo yín ti wá di ògo òrùn báyìí tí ọmọ ẹ̀dá alààyè kankan ò lè fọwọ́ bò mọ́lẹ̀. Ògo yín ò dẹ̀ ní wọmi mọ́, á máa ràn ní bí ògo òrùn. Gbogbo ibi tí atẹ́gùn fẹ́ dé ní ògo yín àti ògo àwọn ọmọ yín lójú ẹ̀mí yín òun ló máa fẹ́ dé. Tá a bá wá rí ẹnì kankan tó ti sọ fún pé wọ́n ti fi nǹkan kan bo ògo ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀, wọ́n ti gba ògo ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, orí àtẹlẹ́dàá ẹ̀ kó gba agbára, kó lọ gba ògo ẹ̀ padà fún ẹ, kó lọ gba ẹrí ẹ padà fún ẹ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Níbikíbi tí wọ́n bá ti rì mọ́lẹ̀ bọ̀, kí ògo ẹ, kí ìràwọ̀ ẹ kó rí agbára gbà báyìí, kó jáde nínú ibi tó bá ti tì mọ́, kí o wá rí ògo ẹ lò láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá lọ, ojú rere lẹ máa bá pàdé. Ẹ máa rójú rere Olódùmarè, ẹ máa rójú rere àwọn òrìṣà, ẹ máa rójú rere gbogbo agbára tó solé ayé yìí ró láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n níjọ́ tó rí bá yọ báyìí, ìjọ́ yẹn ni, wọ́n níjọ́ tí òrí bá fojú kan ọ̀run, ìjọ́ yẹn ló ń yọ. Ọmọ aráyé á máa yọ́nú sí yín ni o. Ọkùnrin ni, obìnrin ni, ọmọdé ni, àgbà ni, dúdú funfun ni, ẹlẹ́bọlóògùn ni, afàìmọ́niṣe ni, oṣoolé ni, àjẹlé ni, aṣenibánidárò ni, gbogbo wọn ló máa yọ́nú sí yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Tá a bá rẹ́ni tó ń gbẹ́bọ nítorí yín, ẹbọ tó máa gbé yẹn àwọn alálẹ̀ ìyà á gbà, wọ́n á fi ṣe ẹ̀yin lóore ni láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Tá a bá lẹ́ni tó ń gbé àṣàsí wá bá yín, àṣàsí máa padà lọ sórí alásàsí, èpè máa padà lọ sórí elépè, èdí máa padà lọ sórí eléèdí ni láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Orí yín àtẹlẹ́dàá yín ò ní gbà bọ̀dẹ̀ o. Fi ọwọ́ ẹ kó fi di orí ẹ mú, kó lé mi lágbájá ọmọ lágbájá, àlórí mi ò ní gbà bọ̀dẹ̀, ẹlẹ́dàá mi ò ní gbà bọ̀dẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Níbi tí orí ti ń jà fún ẹni, orí ẹ ò ní sùn, ẹlẹ́dàá ẹ ò ní sùn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo àwa tá a jẹ́ òbí, à á jèrè ọmọ wa o, a ní fojú sunkún ọmọ, a ní mọ sàárè ọmọ. Ọmọ aráyé ò ní fi ìyà ọmọ jẹ wá, wọn ò ní fi ọmọ wa jẹ wá níyà, wọn ò ní fi wá dààmú àwọn ọmọ wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àìsàn kéré ó tóbi ni, ó gbóògùn ni o, kò gbóògùn ni o, ìkankan ò ní ṣe wá. A ní dùbúlẹ̀ àìsàn fún ọmọ, ọmọ ò ní dùbúlẹ̀ àìsàn fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwa tá a ṣiṣẹ́ owó, àwa la máa jèrè ẹ̀. Àwa tá a bí àwọn ọmọ yìí, tá a da ẹ̀jẹ̀ lé wọn lórí, tá a fi àtọ̀ fún ìyá wọn tó fi bí wọn, àwa la máa jèrè wọn. Níjọ́ tí àwọn ọmọ wa bá ń ṣe nǹkan ẹ̀yẹ, tó bá ń ṣe nǹkan oríire, wọn ò ní dìde ìṣẹ́jú kan fún wa, wọn ò ní fi wá ṣàwátì, ẹni ẹlẹ́ni ò ní gbà ṣe wá ṣe. Gbogbo alábíamọ ẹ ní fojú sunkún ọmọ sẹ, ẹrù tálábíamọ ò kì í tú, wọn ò ní gbé wá ká yín mọ́lé o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ọmọ aráyé ò ní lùlù fún yín jò, wọn ò ní fẹ́ gbá fún yín lóúnjẹ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo ibi tẹ́ ẹ bá ń lọ, ire lójú owó ń ríṣẹ́, ire lẹ máa rí. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ wà lókè òkun, tẹ́ ẹ rìnrìn àjò, ẹ fi lé yín lẹ̀ ní ayọ̀, ayọ̀ náà lẹ máa padà wá bálé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ ní gbé sájò bí èéfín o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní wọn kì í rọ́mọ lẹ́yìn ejò, ó dijọ́ tó bá rí ọmọ lẹ́yìn ejò, kí ibi tí ẹnì kankan bá pè fún yín kí ó tó lè ṣẹ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo wa, ọ̀rọ̀ wa ò ní dàbí ejò tó kọjá lórí àpáta tí ò nípa. Nílé ayé tá a wá yìí, à nípa owó, à nípa ọlá, à nípa ọlà, à nípa ọrọ̀, à nípa ìdùnnú, àlàáfíà, ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀, ìlera pípé ní gbogbo ọ̀nà báyìí. Ipa rere la máa rí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Tá a bá wá rí ẹnikẹ́ni tó ń gbọ́wọ́ kọ́wọ́, wọ́n ní ọwọ́ tó gẹ̀dẹ̀ bá gbé ara ẹ̀ ló fi ń nà, kí gbogbo wọn máa fi ọwọ́ ara wọn báyìí kọ́ máa fi nara wọn. Ẹgbẹ́ ayé ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀run àṣèbá, ẹ dìde, ẹ jà fún wa, ẹ tì wá lẹ́yìn, ẹ má tì wá lójú láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà àti irúnmọlẹ̀ tá à ń pè, wọ́n máa jà fún wa. Ògúnlákayé Ọ̀ṣìmọ̀lẹ̀ á fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn ọ̀tá wa á fi wẹ̀ ká lè fi débi gíga láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ògún á lànà fún wa, gbogbo ibi tọ́nà ti dí. Wọ́n ní ọ̀nà ò kì í dí mọ́ lóko, ọ̀nà ò kì í dí mọ́ lọ́kọ́, ọ̀nà ò kì í dí mọ́ ládàá, ọ̀nà ò ní dí mọ́ yín, ọ̀nà àti jẹ, ọ̀nà àti mu kò ní dí mọ́ yín, ọ̀nà owó, ọ̀nà ajé kò ní dí mọ́ yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní inú igbó ni obì ń wà, ọmọ aráyé máa ń lànà kan ni. Inú igbó lorógbó ń wà, ọmọ aráyé máa ń lànà kan yín. Wọ́n á lànà owó kan yín, wọ́n á lànà ọlá kan yín, wọ́n á lànà oríire kan yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ ní ṣubú dànù, ẹ ní táwọ́ ná, gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ kó jọ, ẹ ní fẹ̀yìn ọwọ́ yín, ẹ ní fi dànù láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ibi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá ń lọ, àtọkùnrin ni o, obìnrin ni o, àwọn èèyàn jàǹkànjàǹkàn léèkàn ló máa wá yín rí. Wọ́n máa wá bá yín níbi tẹ́ ẹ wà ní. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ń ṣòwò, tẹ́ ẹ ń tajà, àtàjèrè, àtàwàràwàrà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Nítorí pọ́n lọ́mọ ẹ̀tà ní kọ́kọ́ tà kọ́mọ ẹlòmíràn tó tà. Ó ti di dandan kémi àti yín tà kí ọmọ ẹlòmíràn tó tà. Àdẹ̀ ní tà lásán, a máa tà, a máa jèrè ni. Gbogbo owó èrè tá a bá wá rí, àní fi wo àìsàn, àní fi ṣẹjọ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Èrè yẹn a máa ná fún ìtura ara wa, lórí àwọn ọmọ wa ni láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ibi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá wà, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ wà lókè òkun, ọkọ ọba àdá ọba ò ní ṣayín lẹ́sẹ̀ o. Nílùú àjòjì, wọn ò ní fòkú yín ránṣẹ́ sílé o. Ẹ ní faṣọ péńpé, ẹ ní fi roko ọba. Níbi tẹ́ ẹ wà, dúdú ni funfun ni, wọ́n á máa ṣásìkí yín ní báyìí, wọ́n á máa kẹ́ yín gẹ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ ní báyìí. Èrè oko tẹ́ ẹ lọ yẹn, ẹ̀yin lẹ máa kó délé, ẹ máa kó délé, ẹ máa jẹ lájẹpẹ́ ni láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo ẹni tí bá ń ṣàìsàn níbi ìyóòmù ní àgọ́ ara yín, Ọ̀ṣun ṣẹ̀ǹgẹ̀ṣẹ́ alágbolódò á fi àgbo ẹ̀ á fi mú yín lára dá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Tá a bá wá rí àwọn tó ń wojú Elédùmarè fún ọmọ, Ọ̀ṣun ṣẹ̀ǹgẹ̀ṣẹ́, ìyá mi alágbolódò, ládékojú, ẹbọra tí ń gbénú omi, á fún yín ní ọmọ. Kò wá ní fún yín ní ọmọ lásán, ọmọ tẹ́ ẹ máa jèrè, ọmọ tá a fi ń tọrọ ọmọ, ọmọ tó máa ṣìkí àwọn òbí ẹ̀, ọmọ tí ò ní dààmú yín, òun l'Elédùmarè máa fún yín. Lẹ́yọkan ni o, ní méjì ni o, ní mẹ́ta ni, ní mẹ́rin ni, bó bá ṣe wù yín lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin, Ọ̀ṣun ṣẹ̀ǹgẹ̀ṣẹ́ á yọ̀ǹda ẹ̀ fún yín. Owó tẹ́ ẹ wá fi máa tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ yìí, tẹ́ ẹ fi máa ṣe bàbá àtìyá fáwọn ọmọ yín, ajé ò ní jẹ́ kó wọ́ yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ọ̀la lọ́jọ́ ajé, ajé ògúngúlùsọ onísọ̀ òbòjì, ajé tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹni dayọ̀. Á jókòó tì yín, á dìran àdìgbà nílé yín. Wọ́n lẹ́ni tó bá lẹ́rú báyìí, òun ló lẹ́rù. Ajé ti di ẹrú yín. Owó, ọlá, ọlà tí ajé kó sínú ẹrù, ó ti di tiyín báyìí. Ẹ ní táwọn náà, ẹ ní ná kan tán kẹ́ ẹ tó ná mi, ẹ ní fọwọ́ kàn sàlẹ̀ àpò. Kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ dí òkun, kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ dí ọ̀sà. Ọmọ aráyé ò ní mọ̀ dí yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ní gbogbo ibi tẹ́ ẹ bá ń lọ, ojú rere lẹ máa bá pàdé níbẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe, tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń dáfá, tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń ṣètùtù, tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń ṣẹbọ, á máa gbà, ẹbọ yẹn á máa fín, ẹbọ yẹn á máa dóde ọ̀run. Àkàlàmàgbò tí ń jẹbọ ọ̀ṣálú ayé, á gbẹ́bọ yín, á gbé dóde ọ̀run, á gbà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń rìnrìn àjò, rìnrìn àjò mọ́tò, orí omi ni, orí ọ̀kadà ni, ọkọ̀ bàálù lẹ́wọ̀, ẹ ní rìn níjọ́ tí ebi bá ń pa Ògún. Ògúnlákayé ò ní fẹ̀jẹ̀ yín wẹ̀. Irin ni o, irin ló fi ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tá a fi ń wa ọkọ̀. Ẹ̀yin ti di ọmọ Ògún báyìí, ẹ̀ ń ṣẹran Ògún. Irin ò ní bá yín jà, ẹ̀ ní ríjà omi. Ládékojú ò ní pọnmi dà sínú yín tọmọtọmọ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Omi á ṣiṣẹ́ ire fún yín, afẹ́fẹ́ á ṣiṣẹ́ ire fún yín, iná á ṣiṣẹ́ ire fún yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ wà ní tójú ayé mọ́lẹ̀ o. Ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ẹ máa sọ tí ọmọ aráyé ò ní dáríjì yín, olórí yín àtẹlẹ́dàá yín ò ní jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ sọ. Ẹ ní ṣe àwọn tó láyé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwọn ọ̀yà mi tó solé ayé yòrò tí Elédùmarè gbélé ayé lé lọ́wọ́, ẹ̀yọ́nú wọn òun lẹ máa bá pàdé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n á máa yọ́nú sí yín ni, àtọ̀tún àtòsì, wọ́n á máa yọ́nú sí yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. tó bá wá ní nǹkan kan tó o ti ń bẹ Elédùmarè lọ́kàn tó o lè bá ẹ ní nǹkan kan sọ, wàá bá Elédùmarè sọ báyìí pé báyìí 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 òun ni nǹkan tó ń ṣe mí, mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ kí Elédùmarè gbọ́. Gbogbo odùfá ló máa ń sọ pé bá a bá ṣe nǹkan tán ní ká ṣe, wọ́n ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ń padà wá ṣẹnu rere yin Ifá, nífá yin ló ń ṣẹnu rere yin awo, ní àwọn awo wọn yin Ifá, nífá yin Elédùmarè, bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ̀rọ̀ yín á jẹ́ láṣẹ Èdùmarè. Àtèmi àtẹ̀yin àá padà ṣẹnu rere yin awo ní Ifá ti torí wa wọ́n á yin Elédùmarè láṣẹ Èdùmarè. A ṣe ń sùn à ń jí, àní sùn sáyé ká jí sọ́run láṣẹ Èdùmarè. Àní bá wọn kúkú wọ́ọ́wọ́wọ́, àní sáré kú, àní fọjọ́ ọlọ́jọ́ lọ. Iye tá a sọ pé a máa lò nílé ayé, tá a máa dàgbà, tá a máa dògbó, tá a máa fèrègì jòbì, kò wá sí bá a ṣe lè pẹ́ nílé ayé yìí tó, ojú wa ò ní rí bí láṣẹ Èdùmarè. Èyí tá a wí lénìí, àṣẹ ti gùn, arọ̀ ti rọ̀ mọ́, ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ó ti ṣẹ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n ní àbá òun ni alágẹmọ ń dá, òrìṣà òkè ló ń fàṣẹ sí o. Àwa ti dábàá lénìí, òrìṣà òkè ti fi àṣẹ sí. Tó wáyé pé kọ̀ọ̀kan lọ fi wẹ̀yìn níjọ́ tó bí yín, gbogbo ìwúre tí mo ṣe yìí á kàn yín lára. Tó wáyé pé omi lọ fi wẹ̀yìn níjọ́ tó bí yín, gbogbo ìwúre yìí á ṣàn dọ́dọ̀ yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Nítorí pé wọ́n ní tí afẹ́fẹ́ bá fẹ́ ó máa kangi oko lára ni. Ibi yòówù tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá wà, àtẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ wà nílé o, àtẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ wà lókè òkun, àtẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ wà nídìí àjò, nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi, bá fẹ́fẹ́ ṣe ń fẹ́ tó ń kàn yín lára, ìwúre yìí ó ti kàn yín lára, á dẹ̀ mọ́ yín lára ni láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣẹ. Èyí tá a ti wí ó ti dàṣẹ o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣẹ. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ o. Thank you very much for joining us today. Onírú ṣe, ọlọ́bẹ̀ ṣe, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ dẹ̀ bá wa jẹ́ náà, ẹ kú àìbínú o. Ẹ̀yin la máa rí, àwa lẹ́yìn náà máa bá. Ó dọ̀sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀. We'll come with another topic again. Somebody was in the comment section nígbà tí mo ń ṣe ìwúre. Person said speak in English. Lè ṣe ìwúre English o. Mi ò lè sọ ìdajì ẹ ní èdè òyìnbó. Àmọ́ ẹ ti ṣàṣẹ. We were making prayers, and all the prayers that we have made, whether you speak English or not, it has been answered for you already. You would reap blessings this week. You will be favored. Everywhere you go, you are protected from wicked and unreasonable people. Yes, I told them on my WhatsApp yesterday, in all your prayer, please include this prayer. My path is protected from wicked and unreasonable people. 2025, there are so many wicked and unreasonable people in this life. Tell yourself again, teach your children to constantly say it. My path is protected from wicked and unreasonable people. Please let somebody type it in the comment section so that I know that you hear what I'm saying. My path, you say it to yourself. Èmi lágbájá, ọmọ lágbájá, I am Bisola, the daughter of Esther. My path is protected from wicked and unreasonable people. Please let somebody write it in the comment section. Add that to your prayer point. Translate it in your language. My path is kept from wicked and unreasonable people. Àdúrà ńlá ni o. May you not encounter wicked and unreasonable people in this life. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Until next week, I remain your host, IYANIFA Ewa. Thanks for joining. I said I was going to say something to people that are Nigerians that are non-Yorubas, that are Ifa devotees. You want to practice Ifa. Now, let me tell you something. A lot of you ask this question. You usually ask, like, your own ancestors are not in Ifa. Your deities are not our deities. But you love Ifa. You love the openness in Ifa. You love the knowledge in Ifa. And Ifa welcomes every one of us, right? As much as Ifa welcomes every one of us, there is still a connection that you need with your own ancestors. There is still a connection that you need with your own root cause. Now, in Nigeria, aside from Yorubas that we are, that, you know, our ancestors are in Ifa, the second largest tribe that is actively practicing Ifa is the southeastern part of Nigeria, which is the Igbo tribe, right? And I have a lot of them as clients. I have a lot of them as students, and they are learning Ifa. Now they ask me from time to time, how can they also be able to practice Igbo spirituality? Because every form, every part of Africa has their own form of spirituality that is peculiar with their ancestors, with their lineage. So this is me officially announcing to you that for those of you that have been coming to my DM to say, Yanifa, I like you. Can I date you? I am officially taken by an Igbo Dibia. Yes. So my man is an Igbo Dibia. He's a spiritual healer from the eastern, from the southeastern part of Nigeria, and we work together. So if you are from the eastern part of Nigeria and you have been asking me that, I need what's it called? You have been asking me that I need that you need what's happening here? You have been asking me that you need sorry. Okay. For those of you that are Igbos from eastern part of Nigeria and you have been asking me that you need me to recommend a Dibia to you, you need to be able to connect with your Igbo side of spirituality, to be able to link up with your own spirit. Some of you have been asking that you want to do your water settlements, you want to be able to settle your spiritual husband and your spiritual wife. You want to find your calling. You have been called, but you are not Yoruba. And the deities that called you, they are the deities of your father's house in Enugu, Anambra, Imo states. But you love Ifa. Ifa is welcome and open to you, yes. My my partner is also Igbo and he has gone through Ifa knowledge and he has done his Ishefa and other good stuff that we have in Ifa. But it does not change his roots. Remember, I talked about that today. Your connection to spirituality starts with your parents. Your parents are Igbo, they are not Yoruba. Ifa gives you knowledge, but that connection you are looking for, you will find it there. So officially in the next few weeks I will be introducing him to everybody, and then you will be able to take care of that side of your spirituality, to the Igbo side of your spirituality here. I have not been able to recommend any Dibia or any male or female spiritual healer that is Igbo, because I don't there's none of them that I can say I trust wholeheartedly. You understand? But we would have this right now. So, Igbos in the house, you are welcome. You have a balanced house here now. This is a balanced home. Yes, he has his own platform too, and we will get there. But I'm just telling you that Igbo share that welcome home on both sides. So we'll be able to take care of that on both sides. I also have a voodoo priestess from Ghana, which I direct my Ghanaian clients to. She's a voodoo priestess. She's Ewe, and she has been helping me. A lot of my clients that are um, Ghanaians and they are learning Ifa, they are taking advantage of Ifa, but they still want to connect to their roots. I direct them to her. So you see here, I'm not about everybody should just come. Everybody has to be my client, be bringing your money. I want you to have the best of your life. And you might not find everything here because this is not where your roots and your source is from. It's okay for me to direct you to where you will find your own source. You understand? So for Igbos, feel at home. I'm still learning the language little by little. Hey, Kedu. Okay. So all my Igbo speaking people, Kedu, nobody will answer me. Don't worry. They will soon give me Igbo name. Maybe I'm Amaka or Ngozi or something. You take me seriously. So we'll be having that, and then you'll be able to do. Since I can see you smile, I'm just trying to picture your face. Kenya's uncle. Oh, Odima, Kedu, Odima. Okay, my Igbo people. For Kenyans, okay, yeah, see, gradually we will get there. It's not that I don't know Kenyan spiritualists, but the ones that I can trust, that I can put my name, attach my integrity, and this name that I've built for decades that I can attach, I've not found. So the moment I've verified them, and if I says you can trust this person, I will talk about it. Hausa people, we will get there, but right now is Igbo. Sure, you understand? Right now is Igbo. How much does consultation cost? Please send a DM. It depends on what type of consultation you want to do. Send a DM or a message via WhatsApp. So I also said earlier today that I will be visiting Cairo in Egypt. So if you're in Egypt, if you're in Cairo and you need spiritual products, you need spiritual consultation, you just need anything from IFA, I will be there in person. I go around from time to time to different locations as Olodumare directs me, and I will be there. So if you know anybody that is in Cairo, say, I know one beautiful Yanifa, one spiritualist like that. She's going to be in your town. Make it a date to see her. I'm not announcing the dates here in public. Or you reach out to me in private chat, and then I would give you the details when we have decided when it is. So WhatsApp number, let me see if I can post it again. Okay, I've posted it and I've pinned it. Those are asking for WhatsApp number, consultation, all of those things. Sorry. Let me pin it. Okay, it's not giving me the option of pin, but the WhatsApp number is there. The WhatsApp number is there. So yeah, that's about all that we have today. From Egypt, I'll go to other countries. I'll be in UK later on in the year. So those of you in UK, in Europe, that you can travel down to the UK to see me, to talk to me, to have a consultation, to do certain things, get ready, and then as the journey progresses, I will let you know. Until next week, when we come with another amazing topic where I teach you practical things about spirituality and how to appropriate it to your everyday life. I remain your friend, your sister, your spiritualist, your Iyanifa, your Iyabiye, your Yeyeluwa, your Onishegun, your Iya and so many plenty caps that we wear. Let's share it, Mary. I will see you next week. Thank you very much. If I haven't answered your question or there's any other thing you want to learn, you want to hey, see our signage. IFA College. Yeah, that's our beautiful signage. I will see you next week. Send a DM if there's anything that you have. For those of you that are not joined, Alade Gold, last year, Ejumare, you will not be late, but you joined us later, but you are not late. You will not be late. Last year, Ejumare. Just click on the link in the bio, go to YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel, IYANIFA TV, excuse me, turn on notifications so as soon as there is a replay for this teaching that talks about what is the role of your parents in your spiritual journey, immediately it drops, you'll be notified and you'll be able to see the replay. Thank you so much to all my gifters. Moshadura Foyin, Ajay will multiply where the gift came from. I am so grateful. We had 9 new subscribers in this streaming. Thank you for subscribing. If you don't know what they are subscribing for, just go to the page. You'll see the video that talks about what our subscription program is like. Until next week, I love you and Lashe Ejumare. Ifá gbè wá o, ìṣẹ̀ṣe á gbè wá, àwọn aláṣekù á gbè wá, àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí wọ́n á gbè wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣẹ.